Hey guys, and welcome back to the Path to Exile Podcast, episode 49, partnered with Mobalytics. I am Cal Torak, and joining me per usual is Miso Shiro and Dead Rabbit. And if you're new here, we have our audio-only format on Apple Music and Spotify. So if you prefer to listen to the watch, check us out over there. And before we talk to our guests, we do have a few little announcements we need to talk about. The first one is we are looking for an editor. We are just looking for someone who has experience doing shorts or TikToks. We want someone to make 3 to 4 edits a week of our podcast of the moments where we're trying to be funny. At least some of us are, and we're looking for an editor. We'll have a form down below for you to apply for it. I think Miso's going to be taking points on it, so he'll be like the one reaching out to you guys and whatnot. But we're looking for an editor. And we will be paying. We will have some form of payment alongside of it. The second thing I want to announce is we are bringing back the. Sorry, what was that, Miso?
Feet pics.
No.
No.
Like, what were you saying? Oh yeah, to the official other announcement.
Yeah. We are bringing back the Ray Class World Tour. We're doing the second Hideout Showcase competition. Let me actually bring up the the document so I can remember what we're talking about. So yeah, it's the second one of these we are doing. Last one we did was very successful. We got a lot of really cool hideouts made for it, and we are bringing it back now. So you have a few weeks to submit your hideouts by January 14th, or excuse me, July 14th. To submit your hideouts. The rules are you have to create a 30 to 60 second YouTube video of your hideout. Make sure to tag me in it. Make sure to get all angles of your hideout. You don't have to talk over it. You don't have to make a cool edit of it. We really just need to see your hideout. And then there will be a form that you can submit to. We will be requiring you to submit the .hideout file as well. Because Mobalytics wants to make a big announcement and showcase the winners' hideouts for other people to use. The reason why we're making you submit a video is because if we don't have the decorations you're using, we can't load your hideout to see it ourselves. So we need the video itself. We do have special rules. Make the hideout yourself. There are no cosmetic or theme restrictions. We will give extra points to people who use primarily free assets. But if I'm being completely honest, me, Miso, or Rabbit, we have no idea what a free or not free asset is. We're such noobs with hideouts. So just make cool hideouts, and we're the ones picking it. Don't be upset if you're we have no idea how it comes to making hideouts. We're just trying to do something fun for the community. We'll be giving away some prizes, Steam gift cards. One thing to note as well is last time we did have some issues with some of the people getting their Steam gift cards. Depending on your region, there might be issues with the gift cards. So just a little warning there. But yeah, you'll see a form down in the YouTube description down below where you can submit all the information for the hideouts. Miso and Rabbit, anything you want to say about those two announcements before we dive in?
I'm excited.
No.
All right. Well, I am excited to have this guest here. It is one of the goats of Path of Exile, a legend himself, Fubgun. How are you doing, sir?
Yo, I'm doing great. It's great to be here.
How are you enjoying this most recent league?
Oh, I'm loving it. It's one easily the best league, easily, hands down.
What would you rate it out of 10 if you had to give it a rating?
I think the league itself is 9 out of 10.
Right.
The game itself as a whole, I would give 7.5 to 8 out of 10. Because there are stuff I do want to change in the game, but the league itself is just, really, really, really good.
Cool.
That's kind of interesting because we didn't have that. We every single guest that we have had so far on the podcast since the league started, we just went with the how would you rate the league, and no one really disconnected the game. I think that's really interesting because I would kind of agree because there's still some overarching stuff that is that I think a lot of people want to see change. But yeah, the league itself, it's just a home run, right?
Yeah, easily.
You have any specific ones where you would say you would disconnect it from the league, but something that you would want to see coming up next, basically, or?
Yeah, I think it's mostly just the lack of stuff that's still not in the game, mostly because it's beta. It's not 1.0 stuff. We're still missing a lot of uber endgame content, right? There still is no actual real challenge and bosses in the game. They're all still relatively really easy. So we don't really have that hard content in the game yet, which will come, right? And that's why it's I'm taking off scores of the base game because that's not in the game yet.
Yeah. Other things for me, like I don't know if you consider this base game, but I do. Sanctum and Ultimatum, they're basically still in their 0.1 states. Like they
True.
haven't. I guess Ultimatum got touched up in 0.2 with the new soul cores and stuff we got there, but otherwise those two haven't been touched up. So, that's other areas I would like to see improved.
They did say they are improving on that one.
Yeah.
They mentioned that, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if that's coming
about
pre-patch
Sekima though.
though.
Because I kind of like Sekima. I really hope that they kind of, I don't know why, but I think Temple of Chaos is just fucking boring.
Yeah, that
And
one's
I think
terrible.
they also that it's probably some of the most boring content that you have in the game, and it's so unfortunate because one of the biggest chase item is locked behind it, kinda. So you are kind of forcing people into doing that. But I don't think there's a person here, or I challenge one person here to actually say, "Oh, I enjoy doing Temple of Chaos. I'm not just doing it for Adorned." So
I'm sure there's some weirdo out there who enjoys it. I've seen them. I've seen them
Weirdo?
lurking
You
around.
get to you get like nice things with AFK, so like some people like that, you know.
Yeah.
I mean, Ultimatum needs big change ups. Like the big one for me is in Sanctum, you have the rare killing hourglass events, and every time you kill the rare, it decreases the time. But then you have the time event rare or killers in Ultimatum, and no rare killing anything, and that doesn't reduce the time. It's a 90-second event no matter what. Then you have the escort trial. No matter how long you're like, if you're perfectly under it the entire time, it doesn't speed up over time. That's always like gated by speed. They removed the shortcut that you could do with the soul core placement ones. You used to be able to cheese that.
That was the only one that was good. That was the only good one.
That's been fixed, so you can't do that anymore. So Ultimatum has like no way to speed it up. Whereas Sanctum, if you're a better player, you have a better build, you have the optimized build for Sanctum, you can get that to where you're doing 4 to 5 per hour. But Ultimatum, it's just kind of you're limited in how many you can do per hour, and then if you're self-farming it, you have to do 3 of them per trial master attempt, which is even worse. Versus Sanctum runs, you can completely self-farm against the darkness runs. If you have enough quantity, you're going to get enough of the desperate alliances to where you can just do it. So Ultimatum needs a complete rework, in my opinion.
I mean,
Yeah,
what
I
was
agree.
it? It was like Mathel at one point said something about like choosing what to stick up your ass or something like that, like like a pineapple or like a cucumber or something. I don't remember what the quote was, but it was something about like basically every single choice you choose in an ultimatum is like, all right, what I want to hurt myself with today.
Yeah, okay, I see. You should have opened with that before making Mathel look like a weirdo.
I don't know. I think that was the quote.
I really hope you're not misquoting here. That's okay. Okay.
No, I get what you're saying though. I mean, Sanctum has the same problem where, I mean, at least from a new player's perspective, they're both very punishing, but Ultimatum's way worse because at least throughout Sanctum you're getting boons. Ultimatum is only negative. So
yep, exactly.
Any of the other gripes you guys have with the old game, since we're talking about that? What are the obviously we're gonna dive into all the good stuff, but
I'd say the old game, the base game, still the Infinite Atlas still has so many bugs. Like I don't know about you guys, my Atlas is so big now, and like it constantly goes black screen. It bugs out all the time, and it's like, dude, it's like the biggest headache.
Yeah,
and it's still not fixed. And I hope that is fixed soon.
It's super annoying that they added the search function, but it doesn't work unless you've populated the entire map. So if you're too far away, you have to scroll through it and then search, and that almost defeats the purpose. It helps still, but yeah, there's a lot of bugs with the Atlas that I run into. What about you guys?
It kind of shows how much the Atlas navigation sucked before this update, because even with the search function, it still kind of sucks now to traverse the Atlas, especially when you play a lot. And my Atlas is so big now that it's still, even with the search function, I just get lost all the time. And it's just, as someone who really I like things like sorted in a specific way. If it gets too chaotic, I just lose track sometimes, and the Atlas just does get like that. But I think as long as we have the Infinite Atlas, even though I like the concept of the Infinite Atlas, I think that's always going to be something that's probably a little bit of a minus, unless we get like a more structured, or I don't know, linear approach to how we're actually revealing the Atlas, but it's always going to be like that, I think, for people that play as much as we do, and then just reveal everything. That is definitely something. Just apart from the bugs as well. And yeah, also, I'm not sure if I'm a big fan of the that you always have the zones now. For example, the breach zones. I haven't really done the breach fortresses, I have to say, so far, because normal breach is just good enough for me. And then you just have all of those zones on the Atlas, and then it's like you have these dead zones basically if you don't breach stone them all. And so yeah, there's definitely still some stuff that is probably due to change by the amount of stuff that they've added now with this update. It was kind of natural that everything wasn't like a straight up win on the board, even though it was overall just a massive win. Like,
I hate when you have to. Do you guys run into where you have a Jade Isles and it's like gated behind Breachstone, so you have to put a Breachstone down just to get to the maps to use it? I hate that.
Or if your Grand Mirror spawns in the breach area, that happened a few times.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Oh, that's probably why sometimes I can't find it. I hate when it says something spawns, like it re-revealed something new, and like it doesn't show you what was revealed. I guess
Yeah, it
it's
can spawn in the breach
that.
area.
I see. That makes sense now.
I wish there was like just a reset Atlas button. I feel like that would solve all my issues with it. Just let me reset from the start.
I would love that. I would love that.
Yeah.
Wow.
Do you also get overwhelmed? Like, because your Atlas is probably even bigger than mine is at this point. So do you also get just overwhelmed by the amount of stuff that you have revealed, and now you're kind of you have basically I have everything on my Atlas. I have like 15 different cleanse zones. I have 15,000 citadels and everything, but I don't end up doing them for some reason, because it's so much that I just get overwhelmed. I don't
Yeah, those are not enough
I don't know. Do you
pins.
have that too?
But yeah, it's also not enough pins like for what I want to do, like all the Jade Islands,
Yeah.
everything. So you kind of have to do it when it pops up, but I don't want to do it when it pops up. I want to do it later, but I don't have enough pins, so I'm gonna lose it.
Did you guys have randomly new Jade Isles populate on your Atlas, by the way? Like one day I logged in and I just had like when I went back through an area, there was like several new Jade Isles.
Yeah,
now that you say that, I actually did, because I marked them always, because I boss rush and then I marked
I never
the Jade
leave them
Isles,
behind,
and
but there's definitely been so many new ones that have just populated randomly in
no
old
Garu
areas.
though.
No
No
Garu
Sacred Reservoirs. That map just doesn't exist apparently.
Nope. I mean,
It's super rare.
I've talked about it before on my stream, but I think I don't know if it's intentional that the sacred reservoirs are so rare, but I do think could be like a kind of cool thing that every league they kind of change it up, where like something is more common than others. Like Jade Isles is way more common than it was before. Right now, it's literally every other screen, right? But then Garukhan's is pretty much non-existent. So it's like it could be like a thing where every single league they kind of rotate, and it might not be specifically the anomaly bosses, but it could be just like certain things are more common than others, and then it could be like a flavor of the season thing, where certain builds are going to be more leaned heavily towards because certain things are just a little bit more common than others. I don't know. Just something I was thinking about.
Knowing GEG, this is either intentional or unintentional. They probably wouldn't change it every single league, but it's more likely this is unintentional.
I think
that
it's probably
this thing is like 10 times more rare than Jade Islands.
It's crazy. It's the point that like I thought my Atlas was bugged for my first several days of farming. Like they're so rare. I think I maybe done 4 of them, and I've done a lot out of my Atlas. Like 4 is not much.
That's more. I found, apart from the Sacred Reservoir you get with the quest, I've had one other.
Same.
One. And I'm pretty sure I've had
That's
like 40 plus
crazy.
Jade Isles.
Yeah, I get a lot of Jade
easily.
Isles. I show you guys a screenshot. I had of like 6 in one like screenshot, and then 3 was like right around it. Like the Jade Isles are way too frequent to the point that it has to be bugged. like that's what I feel.
Somehow Rocky Out is still like, over 100 divs though, It's kind of crazy. But it's also another thing where it's like, I don't know if you also noticed this, but like it used to be where Jade Isles only spawned in like big water areas, but now you can have little tiny puddles, and Jade Isles is literally the only map in that little tiny pond.
That's true. It's probably because of the force spawn with Jado.
Maybe.
Maybe you just, if Jado is running out of anomaly maps to reveal, or if they're too far away, they just like it just spawns in the middle.
Well, I mean, then why don't they spawn a Garukhan's, Why don't they spawn me a Sacred Wet Reservoir?
Yeah, exactly.
Come on.
Yeah.
I want to
And
talk about
literally
Jado.
everyone was using Jado at the beginning of the league because Doyani was bugged. So I don't think
Well,
there
even
was anyone
now,
that
like,
wasn't
Jado was
using
also
Jado.
bugged. They were both bugged.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
both of
Jado was the only one. Jado was the only one that worked at league start. Hilda's explosive effect with tablets didn't work at league start.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then I hadn't even unlocked Hilda, I think, after a week. I don't know why. I just went with Jado the whole time because
Well,
I
Jado's
felt like,
goated,
it makes sense.
man. It just like
I like
he's so
Doyani now.
interesting because I want to ask you guys about this because I'm like a noob when I just do what you guys do. I literally am like I'm using Fub's loot filter. I'm doing like for all of my loot farms. I'm doing whatever one of you guys has like covered. So I'm a big noob when it comes to this stuff. But for me, it just like by default, I just want to run Jado at all times because he boosts my tablets. Like the 40% increased chance to like boost your tablets. If that procs, that just seems on default so good. What are your guys' thoughts on the general power of the three Atlas Masters? Let's start with Fub.
I think the general power after all the balance they did is actually like quite equal now. There's a reason to use each of them, so I actually think the balance between all three is quite good. And for the most part, you can just get away with only using Jado like you're doing. Jado by itself is very strong, but then Doriani and Hilda both have their own purposes. So I personally like where they're currently at.
Mm-hmm.
I have used all three, and I still use all three.
Where do you
How you
where are you
feel about
specifically
the-
using? Go ahead, Rabbit.
I just want to ask how how Fob feels about the random map part from Jado.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah,
I actually
I
want
kinda
to
too.
talk about that because I wish that was part of the base Atlas as a choice. Because like I want to run random. I'd rather have random maps every single time because then I don't have to like worry about the next map I'm running. As long as they fix some of the really bad maps like Trenches
I
and
like
Mire.
that.
True. You just get the map, and no one complains, kinda, because you just you
Yeah.
get the map that you get, right?
I turn it off very rarely if it's like Epitaph or Confluence because I like those maps,
Mhm.
but otherwise,
Yeah,
like
there's a few
it's
good maps.
always on. It's always
you
on.
just
For that
turn it off
reason, you
for-
just don't think. You just go.
For Spring, for Confluence, Ravine, you keep it, but all the other ones, you just go. I actually that's the reason why I was asking, because I actually kind of enjoyed that, because it's kind of alk and go, and I always just preferred that so much anyway. I always hated the whole setup, and that's why and maybe we can talk about that as well, the whole city biome stuff. I've always really not enjoyed the whole part about like, oh, I have to set up. That's why the whole tower meta, the overlapping tower meta, just didn't really speak to me, because I just want to go, and I might not be 100% efficient, but my efficiency always comes from just like Hideout is lava. Basically, I just play. When I stream for 8 hours or something, I play for like 7.5 of those. I'm in maps, and that's why I always like reason with myself. That's where my efficiency comes from. I don't like the whole setup and everything, and that's why I fucking enjoy that. You just click it, he just sends you to a random map, you just go, perfect. And I feel like the maps are all in general so much better now, this league also.
In general, yes.
I agree. There's only a few really bad ones. Like in my opinion, stuff like Trenches, Mire, and there's like one other that are just like I never want to touch them. Also because they're just bad for lead mechanics. Like if you go on the Mire, every single lead mechanic is bad on it. There's not a single good lead mechanic on it. It's just bad for everyone.
There's no fixing that map either, by the way, GGG. Just get rid of it. Just stop. Just stop trying
to be fair, they did fix Sun Temple this league, and now Sun Temple's like one of the goats.
I do like
it's really good.
Yeah.
Well,
Sun Temple's really good
It has
now.
like
it's interesting because like we were talking about this last league when we did our tier list, but Sun Temple is basically the same as that one tower map. I don't know. I don't remember which one it's called. It's like
Sinking Spire.
Sinking Spire, yes. And I had no problem with Sinking Spire. It is a little bit annoying, but then like overall, like lead mechanics were decent on that. If you got a breach, you basically always got the entire breach. Like Sinking Spire was pretty good. It wasn't terrible, and they kind of they took that idea and like went with it and made it even better than Sinking Spire.
Sure. They could definitely save Mire.
Me and Miso on the point of like map is beyond repair. Me and Miso before the league started, like 2 weeks before, we did a tier list on maps, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we also said like, what did you say? What did we say? Which one was beyond like saving, and we just needed it deleted? It was Sinkhole, right?
Sinkhole, yeah.
And they made that one so much better now. It's actually, I feel a Sinkhole is actually pretty good now, because you have like small corridors, but then you have big holes. It's perfect. So there's
I
definitely
wouldn't call it
always saving
perfect, but
some
it's
maps.
better than before. That's for sure.
It's way better.
I feel
it's
like,
way better.
Yeah, it's infinitely better than the version before.
Yeah, it has its
But
problems.
there's
but
still
it's
some
way better.
outliers. But yeah, that was definitely something I noticed. This update so far that I didn't. There weren't really maps where I immediately felt like, oh, I want to get out of this as soon as possible. So that's a plus.
How do you guys feel about
Yeah.
Pit? That one's a very interesting one because Pit
I like
is. I find it weird to run Pit because you can get to the boss instantly, but
That's
it's
why I
like,
like it.
but it's kind of like, you know, you kind of want to run the whole map, and then it feels weird to be like, oh, I know where the boss is, but I'm circling around it. I don't know. I have
sounds
mixed
good.
feelings about it.
Oh,
I guess
the
it's
one map I really don't like. I forgot the name of it, but it's the Act 4 zone with like the semi-immune boss at the end.
Yeah,
With, like the lighthouses.
Cliffside.
Yeah, that map is terrible.
Oh,
That map's
Cliffside's
also
awful.
really bad.
Fuck Cliffside. It should just be the back half of Cliffside. The front half is miserable to navigate with like
Yeah.
the city square. It's
Mhm.
awful.
I mean, I still think the back half is bad too, but
I mean, yeah, it's, at least you could salvage that half. I don't like the one that has the monkey at the end. It's the one that's it's like more green and bright. There's like runes everywhere. That one always has like weird turns that lead to dead ends. That one frustrates me, even though it should be
Is
like
it like
it's
the
almost
foresty
ravine.
one?
It's not. It's less foresty. It's like lighter.
Oh,
It's like
Rupture?
almost like maybe rupture. It's like it's more. It's like almost like ravine, but then it'll always have these random like offshoots that are just to dead ends.
Yeah, that's Rupture. I like
that one
Rupture now
always-
because I
yeah.
got 1,800 simulacrum splinters on that one. I like this one. That one I like now.
Damn, did you spend the entire time picking pennies off the ground? Holy.
Oh, that's like Fob. You also did this. Did that strat, right?
Which one?
The 200% delirium,
Oh,
super
it's
expensive
Splinter?
delirium tablets.
Yeah,
Where you got all the simulacrums. Yeah, that strategy is amazing, but this is the reason I'm
Can
wearing
you
a
believe
brace
this guy
right now is that
copying
strategy.
another one of your strats? Like,
I know, man.
it must be
that's
so
my-
annoying.
That's my whole thing. That's my whole thing. I have notifications on his
I mean, you
on
can
his
buy like,
YouTube, and as
2 or
soon
3
as I
stacks.
and as soon as I hear the "Hey guys," I just go. I skip 5 minutes into the video. I copy everything. I buy all the tablets and just relist them for double the price.
Good strat.
Yeah.
I mean,
I have
you have
14 mirrors. I'm looking at it right now.
you basically have two sides of the coin that just and both of them do the same thing. They both copy Fubgun. You have X the Farmer X, and then you have Dead Rabbit.
True.
What does Farmer do? What does Farmer copy?
He copied builds in the past. These days he's been a little bit more creative, but with the crafts and everything, he's always crafting Fubgun gear and taking advantage of that. So
Definitely
Half his,
copying its filter.
Half his YouTube videos are like crafting the Fubgun thing.
I mean, gotta
Hey,
find
man, it
you gotta find your
works.
path.
Yeah.
Right?
That's funny.
Are we back to Atlas Masters, I guess, right? Back to Atlas Masters.
Oh, that's where we started? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, back to Atlas Masters. My opinion on Atlas Masters. I think I completely agree with Flub. I think it's actually in a really good spot right now where there is a good bit of balance. It kind of makes sense because like when you ask people like who's your favorite like Atlas Master, right? There's always different answers. Somebody's going to say Jado, somebody's going to say Doriani, some people are going to say Hilda. Though Hilda seems to be the least popular out of the three, I think, but still, they're all applicable in different situations, and everybody kind of has their favorite go-to, right? It's like, which one do you do if you don't really have like a specific farm? Some people are going to be like, oh, I love Doriani. I really like the extra revive. I like the radiated map. Some people are going to be like Jado. I really like the anomaly map stuff, and I really like the tablet stuff, right? Jado used to be pretty dang busted with the double tablet thing, which is what we used to have on the Atlas. But now that we don't have that, I think his power level is pretty on, in line with the rest.
Yeah.
Back to your guys' delirium stuff. I did it for a set of tablets, and I'm never doing it again because it was like breach splinters all over again.
Yep.
It was
Picking up
it was
pennies.
too much clicking. I was over it after the first map, and I had spent so much on the tablets. I was like, okay, I'm gonna finish this out, but That has to change. That was so
Tough it up.
awful. Even with the big straw, like even with how much divines it was worth, that was like every map was so much
Yep.
clicking.
Honestly, I think, and Fob said this earlier, knowing GGG, that's probably unintended. I think that's just an oversight, because there's no way that is actually.
I don't think they
how that isn't.
intended. I don't think they intended people to farm like 5, 6 similar outcomes a map.
Yeah,
That
exactly.
part's probably it's unintended.
True.
Yeah, I was surprised that there wasn't a change for that this patch, because I mean the tablets to get those, because I was doing the strategy without the third modifier of like rare monsters per map. Those tablets are like 20 divines now, and the ones that I was using without that modifier, those are also like 5 or 6 divines. And it's kind of crazy because it's still profitable to do the strategy even with those tablets. So kind of crazy, but yeah, I guess that's the big downside. All the picking up, because I hated that on Breach. Once they changed that for Breach, that you get them all at the same time, it just made Breach
Yeah.
infinitely better for me.
Mm-hmm.
I'm an old
100%.
man. I'm wearing a wrist brace as we speak. I can't click that much. Okay.
You see, I spent the majority of my Path of Exile career picking up pennies off the ground. You know, the ones that farmer would throw me every now and then. But you know, I evolved beyond that. I've gone beyond that at this
We
point.
both evolved.
And
We're rich boys now.
yeah,
Or-
and you know
or
what? I don't
rich.
want to go back. I don't want to go back.
It's so fucking funny to me. It's like 49 episodes of this podcast, and we started off with Cal being like the wacky, I do wacky builds that are like 2 divines. Miso acting poor all the time, like he's picking up pennies as he's describing it now, and me getting like side eyes because I'm the sweat or something. I don't know. And now you guys are just like, you're just
Temporalis
like me
builds.
now. You're just like me now. And now, episode 49, we have the biggest of the sweats in the podcast. There we go. And now
Do you think you're the biggest sweat fub?
I guess in terms of streamers, yeah.
I would honestly, like from the outside looking
Look, you
in,
two
I would
streamers.
just, yeah. I always just think, and I think also the reason, because actually I think a lot of people don't know this. Fob hasn't even been streaming that long. And I think a huge part of his success over the time is also just how fucking efficient he is. Like you can say whatever you want, but every single league he's like he's in the top. I don't even think top 1%, like top 0.1%. Always when I stop my stream after league start, I'm like 32 hours in and I'm close to dying and I'm just trying to get into bed. He's still going, and he's much further than I am, and already like the headhunter is already in the inventory and everything. So that is a fact, right? So it's kind of crazy, and streaming at the same time, which makes some stuff a little bit harder because people just gobble up your strategies and everything. So it is.
I think for stream it's more so the it can take a lot out of you when you're answering questions like 20 hours straight.
Yeah.
It's so
That part makes it hard.
I'm not sure what you're talking about. I'm not exhausted at all after 4 weeks of doing this every single day for 12 hours, answering the same question.
This is my first day. I haven't streamed. I'm not streaming today, right? This is the first day I haven't streamed since like 2 weeks before league start.
Oh yeah, crazy. Same actually. Last Saturday was the first day I took a day off as well. So yeah, it's like we're not complaining here, obviously, because there's gonna be those people.
This job.
Yeah, there's gonna be people in chat in the comments now that are gonna be, oh, look at these guys playing video games for a job and complaining. That's not it. But it can also be exhausting, right? I'm pretty sure if you go to Fubgun's Twitch tracker right now, there's gonna be more than 250 hours streamed in the last 30 days. Like probably
a lot
way
more than that.
Yeah, it's
I
a lot
actually
more.
I actually checked yesterday. It was 370 hours.
Holy fuck! I'm at 220, and I'm like close to just at least taking 2 or 3 days off. So
I'm gassed after a 3-hour stream.
That's insanity.
That's crazy.
Holy fuck! Yeah. So yeah, it doesn't just come from nothing. There is actual work and dedication behind all of that. So
yeah,
I mean,
like
it's like any job.
Huh?
Like was gonna say plus like the YouTube videos. Like I try to do like daily YouTube videos for the most part, which I have pretty much have done this league and still have done.
Interesting. So you make a conscious effort for daily uploads. That's your goal. Interesting. So you mentioned let's like dive into the content creation and like all that type of stuff. You mentioned that you started streaming PoE 2 weeks before the league launch happened. Like what is your like I guess approach and like schedule look like when you're like planning for a league launch like this?
Usually I'll stream like 8 hours daily, and a week before league launch is when I'll start doing my daily uploads. And before then, it's just you know, hang out with chat, doing a lot of level and practice, planning builds and stuff like that. I don't think anything specific you want to know, but that's usually what I do.
Do you ever feel like you're having to force content with the daily uploads, or just with how much you play and the way you play? There's always something you can make a video.
No, I have like look forward to it. Like I don't like YouTube that much, but I also have to look forward to like uploading videos. So I do like giving good content. So it's like I like it. At times I don't like it, but I do like it. You know what I mean? Like I don't feel forced.
Totally get
like
that.
I
totally
love
get
doing
that.
it.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like when I have a really good YouTube video idea or like something I really look forward to sharing with people, I get really excited to record it and put it on, and then see how it does. I don't know. I don't know how you do with how you're looking at your numbers, but I'm always like, man, let's go, huge video, like this one's popping off or something like that.
Oh, I rarely look at my numbers. I just upload.
Are you actually?
Yeah. That's what happens when you're big like Fubgun.
I do.
When you're big like him, it just gets to a point where it's like, whatever. It's gonna get.
Or when you're small like me, you get tired of seeing rank 10, rank 10, rank 10, rank 10. So
my wife fucking hates it. The amount of screen time I have with my YouTube Studio app these days is too high. My wife fucking hates it. Yeah, she already knows. Stop looking at it.
Oh, it's totally a thing. It's like, other people open their phone, they head on to Reddit, they head on to TikTok or whatever. My first impulse, hit the YouTube Studio button, see what's going on.
Yeah, we're not there yet. We're not there yet.
I look at like Twitch stats a lot. YouTube stats are just like I don't know, I less care about, I guess, because I mean they do well also, right? But like I don't care as much about what my YouTube stats are saying, I guess.
It's tough when like if you release like a Ritual and a Breach guide, like it's hard to compare the numbers because Ritual might have more fans than Breach. Like it might not have anything to do with how the content was presented. It's just, it makes sense from my optics why you don't look at it that way.
It also really depends on how good the strat is in general. Like if the strat is really good, like wow, this is gonna be one of the strats of the league, it automatically does well. Like the Ritual thing, for example, right? I think it's I'm not sure, I haven't checked, but I'm pretty sure it's one of my best videos this league. And it's because Virtual Hunter, like Mage Blood Searching is like extremely good strat, and a lot of people want to do it to be Gamma strat, right? Naturally attracts people. Compared to like, just a regular Out and Go strat, which is like, less appeal, I guess.
That's probably also a good segue. Sorry, Cal, for
you're good.
But it's just like a perfect segue into the endgame farm diversity discussion, right? Because like a very, very common or very, very normal comment, or a comment that I get a lot, and probably you all get a lot as well. As soon as you upload a video, and this is extrapolated when Fubgun uploads a video, of course, is the comment like, "Oh, there goes my farming strat," right? It's every single time you upload a video, there's people in the comments going like, "Oh, streamer is ruining my farming strat." I feel like this doesn't apply this league. There is so much to do this league in terms of just like farming strategies and things you can pick as your farming strategies to make currency or whatever, that it's just like I haven't really seen that effect, at least on my videos, or sometimes also on videos that are much more successful than mine are, that the effect isn't as bad this time. Yes, you have the effect sometimes that the tablets then
the tablets, those things go up. No. All three of you guys have made my tablets unusable throughout this league.
Are you the commenter in the? You're the commenter?
Every single one of you have done a farm at some point that was like, oh, my tablet is now unaffordable at some point. So you do impact the economy. You definitely do. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but
it's been pretty bad for me this league. I got to do the opposite rabbit here.
I saw the tweet.
Yeah. Oh, it's actually really bad in PoE too, and I don't know if I want to get into discussion, but it's the fact it's more so the fact that tablets are a thing, and the issue with tablets is that one, it's trade site only. You can't buy off Orange,
man.
right? Two,
Yeah.
is that no one, the average player, like 99% of players, are not price checking their tablets. I'm not price checking my tablets. No one's picking up every single tablet. Okay, let me price check these two exact mods. It's worth anything, right? No one's doing that. So with these two things combined, there's such a limited amount of tablet supply, like good 3-mod tablets on the trade website, that like any strat I make, it's instantly brought up because there isn't supply.
Bring
no-
back
like I said,
scarabs.
Yeah.
Bring back scarabs. Scarabs are
we
way
can
better.
talk about this for a little bit because there's two things I hate at endgame right now. It's city hunting and tablets. And tablets is it's just because the average player is not going to price check them, and the average player supplies 99% of the supply, makes tablets such a really bad system for actually juicing maps.
Mm-hmm.
Agreed completely.
I couldn't agree more.
I also have a go. You can go.
No. You always guess.
Okay. I was just going to say, I also think at a core value, juicing maps should always be able to be brought from Orange, right? Like the trade, it's in game. Having to go to the website and buy one tab at a time is just not a good
Oh,
experience.
it's terrible.
It's awful.
Yeah.
Especially when you need 4. You need fucking 4 of them
Yeah.
per like cycle.
Yeah.
It's too much.
And also the mod pool is just like there's very clear for almost every tablet. There's very clear modifiers that are just most likely going to be the best for every mechanic. And those also seem to be the rarest ones, or those also just seem the hardest to get sometimes. And I just wonder if that is if there is probably already a waiting. It's very apparent by just as an example the ritual tablet with the additional rerolls. There 100% is a waiting there because that modifier just never rolls on any tablets. I've done like 200 tablets so far. Or something on ritual tablets, and I've maybe seen it once on my own, and then there's just a problem there. I wonder if there is like maybe a system between tablets and scarabs where we actually have a rarity to tablets, where every single tablet has like, oh, this is a magic tablet, this is a rare tablet, and this is a unique tablet, and we have like for new players, because Bob was just saying like one of the reasons why there's not a big supply of tablets on the market is because the average player just doesn't go through his tablets and then price checks them and lists them. If there was like maybe a more elegant way to actually show the average player like this is a good tablet, and then it's like but I don't know. I feel like the easier choice is just scarabs.
I think the other thing as well, which is a big part of it, is that these tablets have roll ranges. Like imagine you all played PoE 1, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, like imagine PoE 1 if scarabs had roll ranges, then you had to divine your scarabs before you start juicing. It's like that's just it's so wild to me. Like these also having roll ranges, it makes it way worse. Because you actually on good strats, you actually have to divine your tablets, which is like such a to me it's like an absurd concept. Like I have to divine my tablets. Like
yeah, if you have the one with additional bis rares and it's one additional bis rare, that sucks. If you have like that,
well, the ritual one's a good example.
Yeah,
where that mod alone,
rerolls.
yeah, like you have to have 3 on that. You have to divine to 3.
Oh yeah, that sucks. Yeah, wasn't it Farmer we had that discussion with where he would brought up that tablets had roll ranges and scarabs were like not like that. I remember we've had that discussion on the podcast once.
It was
before.
a long time ago. I think it was like back in 0.2, 0.3 where we had that conversation. But it's been a problem since and I mean, it used to not be as big of an issue. Like, I get it, right? Because I think tablets used to be not as big of an issue when we weren't using them so often. Like, back then, when it was still towers, putting tablets in towers, it made a little more sense because you were just using one tablet or, like, 3 tablets every, like, however many setups, right? But now you have to use it every single map, and that just makes the fatigue that much higher.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I don't really care what to do with the system. I just want to be able to buy my juice off Orange. So I can just do buy 100 instantly, then just map, right? Just less hassle.
Yep.
It's once again the Alk and Go like discussion. We all seem to agree a little bit that the most fun aspect about the game sometimes in endgame, at least like this is not speaking for everyone. There's probably people that really enjoy the whole setting up part, and then it was the same discussion that we had during the whole tower thing, right? There were some people that actually said, "Oh, I really enjoy setting up for tower overlaps for 2 hours and then farming those juice maps and then getting my dopamine and those." But I feel like most people just enjoy the no hassle playstyle, right? It's just like I put 4 tablets in or 3 tablets in, and we were gonna probably talk about city biomes as well. Put 3 tablets in, put a map in, you get it. And sometimes you want to do that juicy strategy, and you want to add to that, and then you have the opportunity to do so. But overall, most of the time, you just want to go. And with the current tablet system, you're right. It's there's too much to look out for.
That's always been my main complaint in both PoE 1 and PoE 2. Like I'm known for like, oh yeah, juicing a lot, sweating, like doing these high juice strats. But at the end of the day, I just want to like do my maps. I just love mapping, and I love doing high juice. But a lot of times, to do the high juice, it's just like it's so much headache and so much work, and I don't understand why it's like that in the game. And a lot of times they do change it, right? But like, yeah, tablets right now is definitely a little bit too much on that like setup part.
Agreed. For me, I mostly do like cheaper setups, so I very, very rarely will do the juice setup. The only time I do them is whenever they're cheap still. For me, the biggest thing that ruins my experience is absolutely cities. Like for me, I love my favorite content to farm right now is Rite of the Nameless, and I feel like an asshole if I'm doing Rite of the Nameless not in cities. Like it feels horrible to do it not in cities compared to it. Still, it's like you could still do it, but not doing them. Like that 4th tablet means so much, and that's the most. I just want to do Rite of the Nameless always. Like that's just if I logged in right now, I want to do 4 hours of Rite of the Nameless, and I have no cities right now. So I need to go do 3 to 4 hours of mapping, map out a bunch of different cities. So then I can do, 8 hours of Rite of the Nameless one day. And
yeah,
I hate that.
That's the other thing with the cities is that Rite of the Nameless. It's the one because I actually do ritual quite a bit. And doing that on cities is really annoying because you have to like specifically target the city only maps when doing Rite of the Nameless, but you also want the good modifiers. So like, I don't know how you do it, but usually when I do it, I click the head. Okay, I click one path, cancel out. Click another path, cancel out. Click another path. It's like it's such a headache because it has to be in a city, right? You cannot do like a non-city map with that.
It's awful.
Yeah, you have to if you start on the outliers of the city, then you have to get a good modifier on the new city map, and then you have to connect all the other city maps, and then a good modifier is outside of the city one, and you're like, fuck no.
Let me teach you all a strategy. Actually, this is an insane strategy that actually gets rid of all this headache. So in this strategy, it's called the miso strategy. You go in and you click the city and you don't put in the 4th tablet. You just treat all maps the same, and it gets rid of the headache of completely.
This is why you're poor. This is why you get made fun of.
I don't know the strategy because your games.
I mean, it's what I mean. I don't do it for the cities. Obviously, I don't really do that, but I really don't seek out the cities either. So I'm not. Yeah. I'm not like I don't know. For me, I'm just like very casual. I just go into a map. It's like Al can go, right. So I'm just like I go in there. I keep a tablet in there on the 4th slot where it's like if I'm in a city, it'll proc, but if I'm not in a city, I don't really care too much. And granted, I don't run ritual right now, but even when I was doing Rite of the Nameless, I just did the kind of like the poor man's Omen farm, and I was just like, all right, this is fine. You have 32 divs an hour, 30 divs an hour. That's perfectly fine for me. But yeah, if you want to min-max, obviously, you're going to want to do this whole juice thing. But for me, it's not really worth the headache. It's not worth the hassle. It's the same reason why I don't do XBed right now, even though it's like absolutely insane. But yeah, just don't enjoy it.
That's the other thing with tablets as well, like Cities 7.4, Random Maps 7.3, is that whole, like, I don't know about you guys, but I literally have like 5 different tablet setups all the time. I need to have this city tablet, then this non-city tablet. And then, like, I need to have I also have my tablet set up to use 200% delirium because you want to do 200% delirium before you enter the city. So it's like I just have like these 4 or 5 different tablet setups that I have to constantly swap out and swap in. And there's no like good UI for that, right? There's no like in PoE 1 we have like the map route sack. That would be great in this game if we actually get that. I really hope we do actually. But yeah, it's just like that's like another like headache on top.
Yeah, I always hate being at like 4 tablets, like 4 uses on a tablet too. That just triggers the hell out of them. Like, it's a big problem.
Yeah.
The absolute worst thing is when you like not accidentally or something use a map that wasn't the one that you wanted to use, and it wasn't 6 mod or something, and then you have one tablet that is 3 charges and the other ones are 4. Like I've just cursor deleted all the tablets before and just went with the new ones.
I've done that so many times.
My OCD cannot take it. Like it cannot take it. I'm like, oh, I have 3 charges left on these tablets, and I've been like, okay, I wanted to do this other thing now, but I have 3 charges left on these tablets, so I'm just gonna run 3 random maps, so I just get these tablets out of my like. It is exactly
Yeah.
that. It is. I don't know. It's just it's too much
Tablet
to
management is
handle, and
awful.
I think some kind of loadout, I guess, is what you would call it, like similar to PV1. That would kind of be the thing, because I also at the same time, I think the Atlas Masters now kind of is that already a little bit. Before you go into a map, you have like the Atlas Master, and then you proc in the Atlas Master as your like guy for the loadout. But I've always like the amount of time I've forgotten to change the Atlas Master for the strategy that I'm doing now,
Oh,
because I've done the other tablets and I've crafted like the specific maps or the strategy, and then I forget that one thing. It is a lot of hassle right now. I super enjoy what they've thought to improve on the end game with the Atlas, with everything. It does get quite a bit much at the moment though, with all the different Atlas nodes, with the Atlas Masters, maps, and then tablets. You can you're gonna forget some stuff sometimes.
100%. And I don't know. It's just right now with the tablets, it's getting closer and closer to Diablo 2. With like your entire inventory just filled up with random crap, and then you have like 4 slots to actually put something in. That was like one of the things that I got the most bothered by when I was playing D2 is like, why is my inventory 90% just trash I have to hold on to?
Yeah, I was just gonna say,
Welcome.
loadouts would be very nice because on every single shred I do, you want like different stuff in your atlas and also a different master, right? So if you actually just select a loadout and get to your master and your atlas correct, for example, you want summoning circles, but I mean for virtual you want summoning circles, for abyss you want rare exiles, right? So you just swap it every single time you want to change strategies. So having like that loadout system to change all that at once would be extremely nice.
Yeah. Right? And you could just name them. You just name the loadout system like Rite of the Nameless Ritual City Biomes, or like I don't know,
Exactly, put one.
Delhi Breach or whatever. And you just name them and you just click it. It has everything included in there, because the changing is just free anyway. It doesn't cost gold to change Atlas points or whatever. So you just change it and then boom,
Yeah.
you go. It's
Mhm.
like Arc and Go friendly with the with the preset loadout. I think that would be amazing.
Yeah, 100%. And if they could make the UI a little bit more just like, I don't know, for me at least, a lot of times I forget to change the Atlas Master from what I'm doing. Let's just say I'm doing like mapping and then I'm on Jado, right? And then all of a sudden from mapping, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go run some sims, right? Well, usually I use Dory for that, but then I go a sim and I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot to change the Doriani. I leave
Yeah.
and I start it again. I'm like, oh shoot, I forgot it again. So it's like another thing where it's like a little bit more like, I don't know, in your face sometimes. I guess like in the actual map, like where you put the map like in the slot, right? Have a little slider thing or a ticker thing to change between the presets there, just to make it a little bit more in your face.
Agreed. Agreed. I've been doing like I've done I think every farm at this point, except I haven't done any ultimatum farming. But outside of that, I think I've done every farm. We got the new expedition patch yesterday, so I haven't messed with that since we've got the Atlas stuff. So no idea there. But still at this point, ritual is all I want to do. I want to spam Ride of the Nameless just nonstop still. I did do New Simulacrum. I want to talk about New Simulacrum. It's quite fun too. But Ride of the Nameless is still my favorite. What is your guys' favorite farms to play right now? Let's start with Fub.
I actually like Breach the most, but it's one of the least farms I do because it's so priced out by group play that I can't like the Giga Juice Breach I like to do. So I actually don't do Breach that much, despite it being one of my favorite farms, because the really good tablets are just all brought by group players. Because a very popular thing to do right now is gold carries, because gold is always a very big commodity that people want for like crafting, and Breach is just the best way to get gold. So a lot of it's kind of like a price around that. So yeah, Breach is my favorite. Don't do it a lot. So my second favorite is Abyss, and I do that the most.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
The straightforward ones. Just
Yeah, just kill monsters,
go
get
in,
loot.
bless. Yep.
I love that.
Exactly. Same.
Yes.
I mean, maybe I don't want to derail us too much, but speaking of group play, I would like to, I'd love to hear your idea about group play and like this whole thing about being priced out by group play. Like, I've always been of the mindset of like, I think they should like right now they're basically giving people an incentive to play group play, right? And then makes it kind of uneven to where like the group play people just get way more currency, and you can even get people to leech off of you and still get way more, right? So it doesn't even have to be group play. And I've always been in the mindset, I was like, it should be a choice where it's like, if you want to play single play, like one person single player, right, you can, and it's going to be the same and as profitable as group play. It's just a choice. But I don't know how you feel about it, because it is oftentimes what dictates the economy and what is more how the currency works.
Regular group play I'm fine with when it's actually like 6 dedicated people in a group and they actually all have builds for the group and they actually like all contribute. The more bigger issue is mostly like the leashes and stuff, or when people like do unethical stuff like they bought for accounts. That's the bigger issue, because and the reason for that is that you're kind of like, as a solo or 2 players, getting like 4 to 6 times more currency, and the other 4 people, they're getting gold out of it, so they're also getting stuff out of it. And the bigger issue with this, not the bigger issue, I guess more so the reason why this is an issue is that there's so much player power in the game. Like, I don't think 1 or 2 players should be able to carry a 6-man party in Giga Juice maps. That to me is like, dude, that's way too much power in the game if that's the case. And like in a 6-man, it's fine, because if you actually have 6 dedicated people and there's like 5 supports and 1 carry, and then you can do 6-man maps, that's fine. But if you actually have 4 leechers or 5 leechers and you can just solo carry the map, then maybe like something needs to be changed there. It's like, okay, on the top end right now, that definitely is way too much player power, I would say in general. So if that wasn't the case, I think it could relatively be solved. But yeah, I don't really have an issue with the 6-man dedicated groups. I have more so the issue with like the unethical stuff, or like 1 or 2 man solo 4 or 5 leechers.
Is this a thing in PoE 1?
Leechers are a thing in PoE 1, but it's way less prevalent. Way less prevalent. The big leech meta is primarily PoE 2. It's massive in PoE 2. You see it all the time. You see it if you go like carry servers or whatever, leechers are everywhere.
I do Sanctum runs all the time. It's one of my favorite farms, and I constantly get called an idiot for not doing leeches runs because they're like so common in PoE 2. Like it's normalized to do leech runs for them, and I mean I've never done them yet, but it does seem pretty common here. Why do you think why do you think it's so much more prevalent in PoE 2 as opposed to PoE 1?
So at least for mapping, the big reason why is that PoE 2 started. They buffed group quant in PoE 2 compared to PoE 1. PoE 2 starts off and still has 100% more currency per player, where PoE 1 it used to be 50% more currency. It actually did buff to 100% in a recent patch. But yeah, that was a big reason why, is that PoE 2, they should have just buffed it to 100% more per player. So if you just bring in 4 players, you get 4% more currency. And of course, I think carries like Sanctum is way bigger in PoE 2, is because vast majority of people don't want to do a 4-floor Sanctum to get their ascendancy. Like, they just don't want to do it.
Yeah.
I
don't get. I love Sanctum.
I don't get that. It's
oh, I get it. I get it.
That's why. Just get like 3 relics, get 75 honor resistance, and you're fine.
It's just very time consuming.
Well, it has nothing to do with
it's
honor
20
resist.
minutes.
Dude, it has nothing to do with honor resist for me on League Start. I never want to do it. Like, all like the big users in my chat, we never want to do it. Well, just like, hey man, one person do Sanctum, we all join in and we get it, because none of us wants to do it. We all just, I personally do not like it. Maybe it's just like, I don't like Sanctum and PoE 1 either. Just keep that in mind. So Sanctum and PoE 2 I also don't like, and it's longer. On League Start, it's like a bigger issue, because on League Start you're probably taking like, on your first initial run, level 80 or something, like 30 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, I get it. It might be just from my position, because I really enjoy second months. I don't know.
I think it's also more so the quote unquote like force part, right? Because doing ultimatums is not an option in League Start. Your only option for your Uber ascendancy on League Start is Sanctum. Maybe when they rework Ultimatum and they add in Trial of the Ancestor, it won't feel as bad.
Yeah.
And that's probably going to be the package that we get at some point once we get Trial of the Ancestors. I'm going to assume that's going to be the leak or the patch where we're going to get overhauls of all the other ones, like the big trial patch or leak or whatever. So yeah, let's see how that's going to structure, because really, I think adding the new one is also going to maybe change the game a little bit, right?
It's really funny because primary PoE 1 player, or used to be, or kind of still, I don't know. Either way, as a PoE 1 player, you kind of still am. I still am.
Whoa, what's happening here?
It's funny because I remember way back in the day, one of the big things they were saying, oh yeah, trials of ascendancies are going to be gone in PoE 2, and everyone was like, thank God, no more trials for our ascendancies. And then in PoE 2, it's just worse. And I'm like, what? I want my trials back. Like, I'd rather be doing PoE 1 trials over these PoE 2
Lab
things
is
that
way
runs my
better.
ascendancy.
Lab
Yeah,
is
lab
way
is way
better.
better.
That's
Lab
so
is way
funny.
better.
I felt like the exact opposite. I don't know why I just like Sanctum. I don't know why. Maybe just because I like Sanctum.
I mean, if you like Sanctum, you like Sanctum. It's more so just being that is the only way to ascend currently.
Yeah, no, that is a problem for sure.
Because,
Oh, it's
like I
good
said, the
side.
ultimatum's not really a viable option because you need the 3 keys. So on Leafstar, you're not going to run like 20 ultimatums to get your Uber lab. Like you can get very unlucky. It's a 1 in 3 every time, right? You can just, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I'm biased.
do we
I like
get on
Sanctum
this?
because
How did we
Miso
get
was
on
shit
this?
talking something. I forget what.
Probably.
Oh,
It's
carries,
usually
carries.
me.
Oh, carries.
Ah,
Yeah.
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 Group play. That was the one
Yeah.
originally. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't necessarily have a problem with group play. I've never done it before in like that, like an actual sense. Like I've always liked the idea of a group of people making a group build where like 4 to 5 people are supporting one archetype. That sounds fun to me. I've always found it confusing that group play leads to like in some situations exponentially more loot. I've never understood that. Like I could see it being some more loot, but it just like to me it always feels like it's just been all like when I look at PoE 1 group farmers and PoE 2 group farmers, it's insane the amount of loot they get. And like it does not like it's not equal to one person if you're divided by 6, right? I've always thought that was way wrong. I'm not saying it shouldn't be like more, but I've always thought it was way too much. Are you okay with that gap, Fub, where like, that group play just seems to make significantly more?
Usually, group play versus solo, if it's a 6 dedicated man versus 1 solo, it's actually like quite equal
Interesting.
in terms of like different hour per person. The issue can come arise and has happened multiple times in PoE 1 where they have such rare like scarabs that only the group players can do it, and that's when the issue arises where group players is
I
way
see.
better. And this has happened a few times before in PoE 1 where like the best of the best juicing method is so rare, they made them so scarce that like yeah, group play just prints, and solo you just can't do it because it's just way too expensive. You're just like brought up by group players.
I mean, it's the
Makes
same thing
sense.
for you when you were talking about Breach earlier, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
It is the same
Yeah.
issue. Where the best breach tablets are, if you don't actually, wait, sorry. If you're unaware, the best breach tablets cost 50 to 70 divines per tablet. And that is just, you cannot, you will literally never make back your money as a solo player. Literally impossible.
I said this literally
So,
on stream
you're priced
yesterday.
out.
Someone was like, I said I was looking through my tablets and asked, "What am I doing?" I'm like, "Oh, there's probably 10 to 30 divines sitting here," and there was.
Yeah.
And then he went through his tablets. Like I had 200 divines of tablets sitting here because he had like pages and pages of them.
So it's mostly just the issue with how scarce juice is, which we talked about earlier, where it's just the average player is not going to price check the tablets, which leads to less tablets on the market and scarcity arises, and that's kind of where like group play can have an issue where they're the only one actually in the top strat because there is enough supply.
Crazy.
Yeah. It's there was like a guy in my chat today that just asked a question in chat. Wait, can you fracture waystones? And then apparently he fractured a waystone and he started like just for the memes, I don't know, fractured a waystone and started making like a specific waystone or something. And then we came to the whole thing of wait, maybe there is like a reason to maybe fracture a tablet and go for like actual tablet crafting.
I tried fracturing tablets like day 3 or 4. You can't fracture tablets.
Oh,
he
what?
was doing
Oh no, it's
waystones.
ruined. No,
Yeah, I
my whole
tried.
strategy is ruined now.
Yeah, because
My whole
actually that would be a
strategy is
legitimate
ruined
way
now.
to roll tablets if you fracture
Yes.
tablets.
It was. You fracture the, I don't know, for a breach tablet, you fracture the breach
3.
rare spawn and then
Yeah.
+3, and then you just you chaos spam for the next one, and then you just.
Oh, God.
See, that's the thing. We're at that point where we're thinking about it. Like that's how bad it is, right?
Yes.
We're at the point where we're
Exactly.
fractured and we want to fracture our tablets and chaos spelling just to get them. Like that's how. Yeah, tablet system needs to be
Exactly.
reworked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a perfect. It was a perfect example today in my stream just on this topic alone. It was like we actually considered it. We were like, wait, ritual tablet, like the reroll fracture, and then you roll for like tribute, reduced tribute or more tribute gain. That could be something. And if we're considering that, it's a canary in the coal mine for the problem being there.
Well,
So
let's entertain an idea, right? You know, delirium emotions allows you to add extra suffix prefix. Then you do that, get rid of it, and then you have a 3 prefix tablet, and then now your suffixes
no.
can't be or your prefixes can't be re-rolled, and now you can only roll suffixes on your chaos orb. It's beautiful. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe
no.
if tablets were instead idols, I'd be down for that.
Yeah.
From Pharesia.
Oh no.
If it was a one-time setup, I'd be more down for that than the current
Yeah.
tablets. But
True.
either
We
way,
had the-
I just want any system over current tablets.
Yeah, I get it. We had the same discussion in, I don't know, was it 0.2 or 0.3 where it was such a thing. I think it must have been 0.3 where the map crafting was just very, very
It was
very,
0.3.
very
Yeah.
tedious. It was
Desecrations
0.3,
and all
right?
that stuff.
Where the map crafting was just so tedious that we all said, and we still had the tower system back then, where we talked about a lot about the whole tediousness of actually setting up your maps. And I don't think I think it's much better now, but there's still a little bit of tediousness that probably would be a net positive if that tediousness also just continues to fizzle out a little bit in the future, right? So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like the setup should never be like the part that it takes up more time than actually running the maps.
Yeah.
Agreed.
It's kind of my oh sorry. It's kind of
No,
my
go
issue with grand mirrors. I wish grand mirrors were like Right of the King, where like they were just tradable. Because like I don't want to permanently run in daily maps between my city maps, but you have to if you want grand mirrors. Otherwise, you won't have grand mirrors.
Yeah.
And that part's like kind of annoying to me. I wish I could just buy the grand mirrors. And I think that'd also be kind of cool because then some people could just strictly run deli and sell the grand mirrors, and that could be a whole new farm, stuff like that. I like how Right to Headless, where it's like you can just run ritual and sell them, or use it yourself, and you can just buy them and use them, and there's no setup, and that's like really really nice.
Agreed.
And it's kind of interesting that that isn't the case, because now that I think about it, all the other ones are sellable. You get breach stones, you can sell them. You get Head of the King, you can sell them. Even like Audience with the King, where you get the Crux of Nothingness with, you can just sell it. But the Grand Mirrors, you don't. And I don't really see a reason for that to be the case.
What?
I assume each mechanic's made by different teams, different types of people. So there's sometimes it won't be like normalcy. That'll eventually become they'll find something that makes them all common.
That actually makes me think of something. What do you guys think about 200% deli right now? Because like it's basically like you're never losing by running a 200% deli map, because you don't like lose a tablet slot, you don't lose anything. It's just on top of whatever you're getting, you're just getting extra juice. Like basically, it's kind of in a way like if you can run 200% deli, why would you not?
I don't feel that. I don't feel it as. I do agree with you that it is in that like spectrum, but I don't feel that heavily about it as I do cities. Like cities feel way more forced to me than 200% deli. But I do agree that like it's overpowered in the sense that you're right. It gives you delirium. It gives you a lot of juice for no tablet slot. And you can get a lot of power between it. Forget whose video I watched yesterday.
Like the Grand Mirrors or whatever.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot of setup. You got to
like
you want to do it in the city too. So
I feel like if they were sellable, that would also solve it. Because it's like, well, if you're not doing a juice strat, just sell it. And you make profit that way instead of like always running 200% deli. Because you are right. Yeah, if you can run 200% deli, you should for every single map. But that's mostly because like there is no cost opportunity, right? If it was sellable, well, then the cost opportunity would be you could just sell it instead.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I mean, I like Delirium adding challenge on top of the content. I actually dislike when they made Delirium easier, because in my opinion, I feel like 2% deli should be hard. Like it should be challenging. I did dislike when they made it easier, because like it should be the end game chase goal where you want to choose a 2% deli, 4 tablets, whatever. So by making it easier, you're also kind of making it more, I guess, quote unquote mandatory, where it's like, well, yeah, you should run every single map now. It is just pretty easy.
Yep.
I agree 100%. I think it should have been like with how much power it's getting because of how he just described it. It just blankets over it, no tablet required, gives you the full effect plus more. Like it should be very difficult, and it's not very difficult. It really isn't.
Yeah.
Not anymore.
It used to be like before they nerfed it, was like that's a decent difficulty. But now after the nerf, it's like I don't even feel 200% deadly.
No.
And also, I just think it's such a good thing for the game if there's certain content in the game where people actually have to min-max their characters towards being able to actually clear that content and not just stack movement speed and rarity and just blast through it. And I think that goes for so many different things. And this is like my number. We talked earlier about the whole thing when Fob disconnected the league rating from the game rating, and that would be my biggest minus of the game overall would still be that I think there's not enough challenges in endgame. And I really to talk about some, even though I'm super positive about the game most of the time and everything, one of my biggest things where I'm not quite positive about is a lot of the changes recently or in general over the past couple of leagues where they have straight up just made content much more easy for, in my opinion, no apparent reason. I get
I know the reason.
Yeah. Yeah, what is it? You can say it, so I don't have to.
It's for the casual players. Like obviously, PvE2 does have a mass casual appeal, and they do want the average casual player to do most content. So if people can't, they nerf it. Which, like I said, you don't agree with, I don't agree with, but I know what they're going for here. They want to appeal to a larger audience, and the downside of that, you do have to make your game easier.
Yeah, I mean, like I do get that, but also at the same time, I don't feel like it would be a bad thing for the casual player that there would be more aspiring content to, like I said the word, like aspire towards, like more challenging content to aspire towards. I always think that even especially like in a 6-month league that we have right now, I do think there's a ton of casual players that will maybe not be there at that content as fast as some of the other people are, but like 2 months in or something, that is still something that they then get motivated to do. So I always think that's such a cop out, like a little bit, to say oh, we need to make the game available to most people like that, and then that means we have to put down the ceiling a little bit. I always just think it would be great for every player if there's more challenging content. I don't even think it needs to be like the loot explosion type content that automatically, if we do that content on day 2 and it's the most challenging one and we get like exponentially more loot that way or something. I just think it would be fun for the game. Especially, I've talked about this like a million times, but the state of pinnacle bosses in PoE2 is it's honestly quite sad because we have amazing bosses on a theoretical and on a design level, and the game just feels beautiful and amazing to play, and these bosses and everything. And then it's like, once again, we've gotten like more pinnacle bosses this update, and once again, they are all kind of pushovers. I know there's going to be like 2 people in chat or in the comments now saying like, of course it's pushovers for you, but that's the stuff. I have a lot of more casually focused players in my chat because I only started streaming with PoE2 and everything. I don't have that like super sweaty PoE1 audience. And even in my chat, most people say that everything is it's a pushover, and I just wish for that to change in the future. And I don't really get the whole like we have to make it easier always. I get removing frustration. Yes, always. The game does not need to be frustrating. Does not equal like good or challenging, but we need more challenging stuff.
I almost like I don't completely disagree with you, but it is far more than 2 people. I as someone who does weird off meta builds, I have had 2 builds this patch that have had like 3 to 5 minute Bodat kills. So there are plenty of builds out there, and that's with me like putting min-max divines behind them, right? Like still getting long kill times. So like it just depends on where GGG's getting their data. You specifically, Rabbit, you play some of like, you're no longer like, you're a sweat to me. You're the same tier player as Fubgun to me. Like I'm not trolling. Like you play the same. Like you only do like the builds you do are only the blasterest of blasters.
I mean,
so
that's fair.
like
That's
everything
very
you
fair.
do is going to trivialize content. Even if they added Uber Pinnacle content, you're going to be one-shotting it like within
That's
the
fair.
first week, right? So I do agree. I want more challenging content, but when you swim in the swamp like I have with some of these builds, they can be longer fights. I do agree though.
Yeah.
Like they keep nerfing the top, but you
Well,
know, with you specifically, I
obviously, what
consider
I'm
you a
saying is,
blaster at this point.
like I think that's like super fair. Obviously, what I'm saying is super biased from my like personal experience. I'm not acting like I'm speaking for like the majority here. That's like my ego isn't that big. It's super biased and from my perspective. So it may seem like out of touch, but it's just it comes from my personal experience. It's super subjective, obviously. But yeah, what you said is very fair.
Yeah. And I think like GGG has mentioned this before, and I hope that this is their attitude, because they have mentioned, like, for example, the fact that we don't have uber bosses right now, and the fact that they kind of keep lowering the ceiling, they have talked about that being, the main reason for that being balance of skills, right? They feel like the skill balance right now is not a place where there can be a huge diversity of builds that can actually clear the highest of pinnacles if the difficulty were that high. And that's why they keep kind of like, either bringing down the ceiling or just not pushing the ceiling higher. So hopefully as they work on, and they have mentioned that Ubers will come, right? So hopefully when we get to that point where there is that opportunity to get Ubers, that's when we are getting like, hey, all the skills are very good balance, and that's why we're going to, finally release these Uber bosses and higher ceiling content. Because I think like Lawcall again, his raising was like my favorite, right? About this type of conversation where it's like, as a casual player, yeah, you are going to feel behind, but the more you play the game, the more you learn, the more you're going to start pushing that content and pushing your characters to a point where you're going to hit the ceiling and you're going to be at that place where we are at, where it's like, wait a second, that's all? That's it? There's nothing else I can do, right? So it is beneficial for the game to have a higher ceiling, but I think that, and it seems like that this is the case, the reason why GG is not pushing that ceiling right now is because they don't feel like the skills are in a good place of balance.
You have any thoughts, Phobe?
I agree on both sides, where it's like the game is really easy for like really good meta builds, and I can also see on like the Kaltork side where when you're playing these like very off meta builds, these weird ass skills that no one plays, it is a challenge because a lot of skills in this game just suck, just straight up suck, and it's definitely more so a game balance issue, I guess. Where from what I've heard, GG wants every single type of build to be able to like do the base endgame, and if that's the case, then yeah, the nerfs to endgame for the bosses do make sense. But it also does kind of suck for like if you are playing a good build, the game feels a little bit too easy. And I think the solution here is more so we'll just have better balance in the game, so you won't need to nerf anything. But also too, actually having Uber content would fill that void. Uber bosses, like actual Uber endgame, to where it's like it's completely optional. Average players not expected to do it, and they can actually make a challenge. And
Great. And to be fair, or to be clear, I would prefer a world where most of my weird, shitty off-meta builds cannot do 200% deli. I prefer getting the question, hey, can this build do 200% deli? And I have to go, no. I much prefer that than everything being trivialized, and it's like my dodge roll Cholula monk that can do all the content too. Like that, I don't want that world personally.
And I should also clarify, I wasn't like I also didn't really mean that. I think that the kind of required pinnacle bosses content just needs to be much more harder to do, because that puts a very clear ceiling on some players, which would not be good. I would just like, for me it also would just be nice to have like challenge bosses like that. For the type of player that I am, or for what I enjoy, it doesn't even need to have like a I would like challenge like an achievement or like a challenge, or you get like a little glow around your character for the rest of the league or something. That would be enough for me for like a specific Uber boss. This is just a challenge. This boss, you complete this boss, and then you have like, oh damn, this is like this was like a 3-minute cool fight or whatever, and you did it, and you finally did it, and you get like this little badge or something, this badge of honor. I didn't mean strictly. I want stuff to be harder on the stuff that people actually need to progress their quest lines, because I don't know. That's not what I was talking about. So very, very important distinction.
Agreed. Uber bosses would be nice and Uber content. I mean, Temple was originally being set up to be something that was pseudo delve, but I don't think anyone's really temple juicing to get difficult content right now like you would be able to do with delve. So that's a little bit unfortunate.
I mean, we have the Mayor of Fulton right here, so.
No. Have you done much temple this patch, Fub, or have you been?
Yeah, I did, and every time I temple, they nerfed it. I did temple twice, and both times they nerfed it.
Did you actually Did you actually end up doing it, or because
no, they got nerfed every time? I just gave up.
The one I saw was you starting to do it, and then it was like you started to set it up, and next morning I came online and I just saw it's nerfed.
Yeah,
people in my chat were just going like, "Yeah, Fob wanted to start, and then it was nerfed." Well, there you go. And now the temple is bugged, and they haven't fixed it. So now the temple isn't even doable for a lot of people right now. So
I was so salty. I farmed 60 crystals on stream, and the entire stream I'm like, just you wait, guys. You should see the price of architect orbs. I'm gonna make so many divines. Just you wait. I'm just doing more maps, slowly getting to 60 crystals. Finally hit 60 crystals, and I hit a bug that bricked my temple, and I had to deconstruct it and rebuild it, and that consumed almost the entire 60 crystals, and I ended the stream. I was tilted.
Yeah, same.
I was so tilted.
I tried to get communion as well, and then it bugged for me, and then I just had to spend, I think, 120 crystals or something to unbreak the temple, and then unfortunately that bug is still in for some reason.
That has happened to me yesterday or the day before yesterday. So that bug. We were talking about earlier how you guys, you three specifically, have like all three of you have released videos that have made my tablets go up in price. And the first time it actually happened was I was farming Ride of the Nameless, and this was early on when Ride of the Nameless was printing fracture orbs, and I was making so many divines off of fracture orbs. Then Fub released his Ride of the Nameless video, and the price of fracturing orbs like tanked to like a quarter of the price, and they eventually removed the bug that fracturing orbs were spawning or dropping from ritual or whatever. You don't see them anymore.
It still happens. Very rare though.
It does still happen. I haven't seen one in so long.
I think it only happened on the first initial one where it spawns, and that's why it's more rare.
I see.
Where before it could happen every single ritual.
Gotcha. That makes more sense. But that wasn't meant as a shade comment, but in general, you guys have an impact on the economy with your videos very clearly. Let's just have a general discussion about like the content creation aspect of how you guys influence the economy. How much are you guys thinking about if this video is going to influence the economy? Are you doing how important is making sure all of the information is 100% or as close to accurate as you can get it? How important is that kind of stuff to you guys? Let's start with Fub.
Sorry, what is the exact question?
I almost forgot what I just asked in general, so that's fine too. Because
we're all this is the ADHD podcast. Don't worry.
Just in general, when you release a video, in your head, right, it's going to influence the economy. Like how important, you say you print videos daily, so I guess at this point you just don't care about that. It's at least you still care about it, but I'm guessing it's in the back of your mind at this point, or. How much do you think about the influence you have on the economy, I guess, first off?
I mean, I know when I release a video of any strat, it's going to be completely destroyed, but I also know it goes back to normal in like 4 or 5 days, and it's usually not a big deal. So I just do it, because no matter what I do, what farm strat I will release, it will just get inflated. That is just how it is. So it's either that or I don't make videos, and also I'm going to make videos, so.
Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's overall, in my opinion, just like it's a net positive in my opinion. There's a lot of people who are gonna be like, oh my god, my stuff got, my farm is like more expensive right now. But then like if you think about like how many people who didn't know about that farm or like didn't know to buy those tablets or whatever, the amount of people that it's helping is way more than the people that it's like quote unquote hurting. And it's like Fub said, right? After a couple days, it's gonna normalize. And especially with this economy where it's like you can kind of do any strat right now, like any league mechanic and still make money. It is unfortunate for those people. I feel, I guess, world's smallest violin or whatever, but it's gonna happen, and like eventually somebody's gonna find it, right? We're just the people that kind of propagate it a little bit more, but like eventually it's people are gonna find it. Eventually,
And the thing is, a lot of times there's like similar info on like other videos that are pretty similar to the mine that I'm releasing, and the info's already out there. It's just like they aren't as popular, right?
Yeah.
It's mostly because of the popularity that like this type of happens. Like I'm sure if you type like, I don't know, virtual shot on YouTube, you can see like 20 videos, right? Like all the info's already there. It's just the impact that I guess like my videos have, because a lot more views does impact the economy quite a bit. But it's like I don't think about it, and I can't really think about it because it's either that or don't make content.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I would draw the connection to build guides as well. It's kind of the same because they like you just said, the information on most of the build guides, there's a good chance, or I would put it this way: 99% of build guides that are released on YouTube by any like large content creator or something, that is most likely not going to be that guy invented all specific aspects of that build. The information is already out there, but someone just put it into a build guide, made it like into a succinct video and written guide or whatever, and then puts it out there. That also can have an effect on the economy, because the specific items that are used in that build guide are also most of the time are going to go up. Like people are talking about the streamer effect, or especially like the Fubgun effect or something on the build that he plays, and everything in that build is more expensive or something. But that mean that that someone shouldn't make a build guide or something? It's just there's going to be so many people like on the other side of the coin there, that will just be like, oh damn, I tried out this build, it's amazing, thank you for doing that. And then there's also a lot of people both on the farming video or the farming strat and the build guide side that just enjoy having not to think about what they have to do, because there's only like a few hours in their day to actually relax and play the game, and they don't want to make their own build or don't want to think of their own farming strategy. And that is what we make the content for. It's for people that actually they want to just go, oh damn, I want to try out this Fubgun like Abyss farming strategy, or I want to try out the Miso Hive Blood farming strategy or whatever, and I don't want to think about what I have to do here. And in the end, that's what the content is made for. And yeah, there are effects, but that doesn't, I don't think that changes anything about how you should approach making that content or approach that content. And especially I think in this league, there's just so much to do that there's not just one strategy that just once someone makes a video is just destroyed like that. So yeah.
I will say,
I think it's ridiculous to complain about like, oh, Popcorn made a Abyss video, now my Abyss strategies. Like it's not your strategy. You know?
I will say, going back to this question, the one thing I do try to do for my like juicing strats for currency is I will try to give multiple options for like what tablets you can use. And I was like, these are at least the two mandatory modifiers, and here are some other good modifiers you can get. Try to at least like help the price. Because if I only say yeah, you need these three exact modifiers, then the prices will go stupidly high. So I'll at least try to like hey, like, these are two of the mandatory stats, and then here are some optional stats you can get. And see on my build guides, so one thing I do try for my build guides, I really try not to include any unique items into my starter build guides, because I know if I do, those unique items will go stupidly high price. So I try to make it rares only unless I have to. And if it is a unique item, it would be like a more like tier 3 or tier 4 quality unique, where it's not as rare. If I ever put a tier 1 unique in my build, it would be like literally like 50 divines day 1. It wouldn't be possible. Like I cannot do that.
Mm-hmm.
What was that quiver? What was that quiver? No,
yeah.
Very early on.
Oh, Aphyxia's Wrath. Aphyxia's Wrath. Yeah. Yeah, I used that. That's not on my guide. I didn't put it in my guide, but I did use it because it is a strong quiver, but it's not. No one needs it.
No, I don't mean to put that on you, but it was so funny because like Rake, a good friend of mine and also streamer, like was like flipping that quiver or something, and then suddenly you put it like your ninja updated, and he goes like, "Fuck!" It's out of his ninja now, and it just tanked the price from like a few divines, like day 2. This is day 2 or day 3 or something. It tanked the price from like a few divines to 1 exalt, and it was so funny to see his whole investment just crumbled before
Dude, even pre-league, Fub tweeted about the unique bow I league started and the panic that caused throughout the people that were in the community that were league starting this build. Like, a lot of them were like, nope, this bow's going to be 300 divine on league start. They're going to be extracting it nonstop. It was just, the doom was strong.
Luckily, we I guess lucky for you, we couldn't extract it.
Yeah, very lucky. It was a very big concern if that return at projectile was extractable.
Dude, it was
I would
like
have loved that.
it was like last league with freaking Flake Fingers. It's like Flake Fingers were like
Mhm.
multi-div. I'm like, usually these are 1 exalt. How is this possible? And then I even made a video. I was like, hey guys, this this ring right here, what is it called? The chaos ring. It converts
Original
all
sin.
original sin. I'm like, this ring basically just does what that does almost exactly. It's missing a little bit, but you just pay 20 exalts for this one instead of a divine and multi divines.
Oh yeah, I remember.
Well,
then
the one big issue with original sin is that you don't get as extra benefits, and that was the big issue with it.
It's the thing is,
It's still good.
The difference between the original sin and the Plague Fingers in price was not worth the difference, is what the whole thing was. It's you get extra benefit of Plague Fingers. It's definitely is better.
Oh, you could just play pure fizz, which I advise just play pure fizz to get the gloves. That's also fine. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, it's also fine.
But what happened after you released that video, Miso?
Well,
it was a short. It was just a short, right?
Yeah, I mean, it did kind of like skyrocket in price, but only for like a day. Only for like a day, It went from like 20x to like two, like a div or two, but it was only for a day. Only for a day.
Like people really like to obsess about Fob on that, and I see those stupid comments all the time. Like he's actually actively destroying the economy and everything. Like, it's extrapolated with him because he's like the biggest streamer in PvE2. So, but it happens to me. One day, like just a few days ago, when I was like one on the last days on my plants build or whatever, someone in my chat just said, "Yo, try out Trickster Shard for Entangle. It's really good." And it was like I think it was 2 divines at the point, and I buy it on Edge. I use it for like 2 maps, and I just say in stream like, "Oh damn, Trickster Shard. Damn, this is really good. This is so good for my single target." Went up to 28 divines in 20 minutes. So it's not just him. It happens. Next day, down to 1 divine again, by the way, because people are actually like behaving like scalpers. They act like it's a rare Pokemon card or something, and they buy like 50 decks of them. What are those called? Like the big one. I don't know. They buy like 50 of them, and then they go like, haha, I did the scalping. But
the funniest one for me.
Aha, I did the scalping. That was the most German thing you've ever said.
I did the scalping, yeah. The scalping has been completed.
I did the scalping.
Yeah. Guten Tag.
The funniest one for me was the what was it called? The invitation. What was the King of the Mist invitation?
Oh yeah,
that pissed me off when you did that, because I'd been scooping so many of those for like a few days before you made that video, and they've held the price. They still sell well.
I don't think so. I think they're back down to like 7 exalts.
Oh, they're back down the cheap as fuck. Okay, that's
because I made the video and went from like 7 exalts to 50 exalts. I'm like, why? These are so common, and then it went back down.
That's funny. Yeah, interesting. Because it's fun. Okay, cool. Because back to what Fub said earlier about how he doesn't really think about it, especially with the daily videos. What prompted me to bring this up is specifically, it doesn't really happen with my videos because most of my builds are weird off meta shit, and that doesn't really influence the economy. But when I'm streaming specifically, and there are people who are watching the stream that are like wanting to do the build, like right now I'm doing Bulletstorm Witch Hunter, and I was looking at items on stream. And like people were like buying the item I was thinking about buying before I could buy it. Like it's like that's the point that it's at, and I like like. Do you guys like how do you guys handle I guess the live stream aspect of the build creation? Is like, do you do any purchasing on stream, or is it just impossible because people are always sniping from you guys? Let's start with Fub.
Yeah, so for me, I always search on my second monitor, and I say this like, "Hey, why are you not showing your search on stream?" Because I know people are gonna buy it. Like, nope, not doing it. You guys are not seeing what I'm searching for. I'll live search on my second monitor. All that's done second monitor. And if I'm doing a big build swap, I'll buy the items off stream because I cannot make a build on stream. It is not possible. You want to do like POV stuff? I cannot do it on stream because people just immediately buy it up, and that hurts me. Like at that point, I'm getting hurt too.
That's
Yeah, I just don't do it on stream.
Yes,
that sucks.
like on top of that, also making a build on stream is just super pain because I don't know about you, but I just can't. I can't the whole thing about like too many cooks in a kitchen. I can't.
Oh, I
There's
hate
like
it.
there's
Why
like
aren't you
50
doing
different
this?
suggestions.
Why aren't you doing this?
Yeah, and half of like the thing is, in like 10 comments there is that one guy that is extremely helpful and has like a good idea, but it just gets drowned out by
Nonsense.
not so good stuff, to say it like that.
Yeah, it's people who haven't even tested
so
interactions. They're like
I
throwing
can't.
something bullshit out, you know.
I can't do it. I really enjoy like setting up builds in peace and quiet. That's like one of my favorite off-stream activities. It's just like theory crafting about builds and trying shit out because it's kind of impossible. It's like such a streamer thing to say once again. It's like oh no, we're so poor. But yeah, yeah, it's really hard.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have
That's
that
not
level.
a problem for your builds. Yeah, we know.
No. It's more of like one. I completely agree about the building off stream. For me, I don't know. I can't build on stream. Like I feel like my mind is too focused on entertaining, and I just don't feel like it's very entertaining for me to be cooking on the stream, at least. So it's like it's really hard for me to actually focus enough to actually be able to build something good on stream. So I typically don't. But whenever I do like slight edits in here and there, I don't know. Typically, you know, I'm not Fubgun, so people aren't out here buying out my items when I'm doing it. Either that, or I have the best community, which is, you know, also probably true.
Or broke community. They just don't have the currency because they've been following your currency guides and they can't just buy this stuff.
hey, my currency guys are great.
Hey.
Listen, Al can go currency guides are the backbone of this community, all right? People want Al can go.
Miso actually, like last league, Miso actually, I'm like not kidding. Miso actually carried last league's farming content with his abyss guides.
No one's doing temple
because every first of all, everyone was doing temple, and the last 2 months of the previous league, not even I was streaming. I think the last 2 remaining streamers in PV2 were Prada and Miso, and Miso was actually like big shout out here carrying the YouTube content when it came to like farming strategies and everything, and still like
yeah, you know it's fucked when that's happening. You know
that's why
Miso happening.
That's why Miso's Mount Rushmore. That's why Miso's Mount Rushmore. You didn't quit.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't quit on us for D2.
Yeah.
You're my Statue of Liberty though, Rabbit.
Yeah. If D2, I'm sorry. That had to happen. That had to happen.
Interesting. Yeah, it's been. I don't normally stream very often. This is the first time I've streamed a lot since launch. It's the first time I've ever done that, and it's gotten to the point where like I'm frustrated making builds on stream. I didn't want to do it anymore. That's why I wanted to have the conversation. I was curious how you guys handle build creation on stream, and yeah, I guess I'll just stop doing it, and I'll stop buying stuff on stream too, because that's annoying too.
I'll buy stuff on stream. It's like one piece, but I'm not gonna make a whole build on stream, for example.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right. Anything else we want to talk about before we dive into build of the week? I think we've covered everything. We jump back and forth, so I'm not sure.
I mean, I guess we never finished the topic of what is our favorite league mechanic this league.
Yes.
I think we got Fub to go.
Oh, true.
But, yeah.
True.
I've said mine 100 times. It's Raya the Nameless. I am still enjoying Sanctum. But Sanctum's weird this patch because Desperate Alliances sell for a lot more than the Against the Darknesses. So, but I'm maining a Witch Hunter right now. So Witch Hunter still has the sorcery ward, makes you immune to honor loss, so you can do 0 honor resistance
That's definitely a bug,
runs
right?
very easily.
That's definitely a bug.
I would assume so because, well, I would assume so.
Because they fixed
I would
that
assume
with
so.
darkness in 0.2, but then
Oh,
it
is
came
it
back
fixed
at
with darkness?
0.4. Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, well, it still works. So, but yeah, that's my 2 farms. What about you guys?
My favorites overall this league are just the no setup strategies, always. The ones where I just have 3 tablets, I don't need to set up anything. And those 2 at the moment are just Hive Blood farming on Breach. I think that's always just good. Just super cheap tablets, just get Hive Blood Quant on the tablets. And you just go. You get 100k Hive Blood. You can then choose how you spend your Hive Blood, and then the purple tree will just provide. And since I'm a sucker for for a gambling or a slot machine type features anyway, it's perfect. The Genesis tree is amazing that way, so that's kind of my favorite right now. Just get and it's so straightforward. Get 100k Hive Blood, go to the tree, click the tree, especially with the new QOL now. Get the shit out of the tree, be happy.
Do you
And-
do
The
catalysts?
new UI, the new UI makes it way better. Before it was
Yeah,
a massive
exactly. Oh, yeah.
pain.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It makes it so much better now, and you can just click it and as fast as possible. And I've now set up like my loot filter in a specific way that it's also just much. I can hear it already how good whether you do the catalyst or whether you do the currency one or whether you do the rings and everything. I've set it up in a way that when you hear the ting now, it's actually it's super good. It's like condensed. You get tings in the map. And then you also get the dopamine from the Genesis tree again because you also get things there. So I love the Genesis tree and Breach in general right now. And then you also have the option to Giga Juice Breach and do it on 200% Delirium and do either Hive Blood or Womb Gift quantity or whatever there. But most people would probably go with the Rare Monster when stabilized, right? So yeah, I think Breach is just in a very, very cool spot. I haven't really dived too much into the Breach fortresses, and I'm kind of interested how efficient
They're pretty
it
bad.
actually is. They're pretty bad still. Are they still?
So the issue of Breach High Fortresses, one, you can't spawn regular breaches on them, and the High Fortresses, well, I guess, what's the 2 different names? The High Fortress and the
Colony,
different ones,
You have the
like
yeah.
the
I think
big.
I think it's
Colony, right?
Yeah,
And the
I
High
think it's
Fortress?
either the
Stronghold. I think it's
stronghold or
Stronghold.
something.
Yeah.
I don't
The
know.
Stronghold is fine. The
Yeah.
fortresses, though, inside the maps are terrible. They give the same amount of High Blood as a breach, one single breach.
Yeah.
And it takes
Even
like
though
5
you have
times
like
longer.
these crazy modifiers on there, right? Or,
Which one's
they're-
which?
So you have like the Hive Colony, which is the one where Aelith, you defend Aelith in the map. You have the Fortress, which is the one where you're inside the hive and you're defending against the waves. And then you have the Stronghold, which is the one where you're fighting against the 2 bosses.
The bosses.
it's a perfect example.
The one where you're inside and there's like 20 waves, that one is fine. That one actually has like decent amount of juice. The one that's inside a map where you're just defending islets like 7 waves is terrible. Like that needs a lot of buffs to be actually competitive.
Okay, I was confused about which one we're talking about. I just like the one where you go inside of the 21 waves specifically because I hate getting out of it. Just it always pisses me off trying to find which route to leave. But that's just a very minor inconvenience.
And also the tablets you're wasting your breach tablets in those, right? Because even though you put in 3 breach tablets, you only get that one.
Yes. Yeah.
Right? That's still the case.
Yeah, you only get one, and it gets the same amount of high blood as one regular breach.
Yeah,
it's pretty bad.
That doesn't make sense then. I know now why no one has told me to go there then. Like, it doesn't make sense. But apart from that, breach is just amazing. And right now, I also really like the whole boss rush strategy with Simulacrum Sprinters, because I also at the same time, and we haven't, I think you tried to mention that, Cal. I think new Simulacrum is also just very nice.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. I'm on 100 right now.
with you guys.
Trying to get voices. Yeah.
I was really pissed off seeing you two were in a challenge, and you guys just assumed that I wasn't capable of doing that many simulacrums. And you're right, I did 11 of them, and I said this is so boring, so I quit.
didn't know anything.
Yeah, I didn't know he was doing anything. I think he just all of a sudden.
Really? Rabbit
challenged
me
without
like
even
so
asking.
gung ho about it.
He challenged me without even challenging, and then all of a sudden I see on my
something.
Yeah, I see in my stream chat. It's like, hey, aren't you racing Rabbit for the voices? I'm like,
I thought it was a real challenge this whole time.
Well,
I believed it.
I was like, what? I didn't hear about this.
I just started my stream one day when he was already like 50 runs in or something, and I just had my stream title "Getting Voices Before Miso." So that was I didn't tell him.
I believed it. I believed it. Have you done much simulacrum, Fub, of the new one?
Yeah, I have done like 30 or 40. No voices drops. It is better than before, but I tend to find it like quite a bit boring for what I want to do.
Same.
Yeah. It's a huge improvement over the previous Simu, though. Even like, because like the new Simu was like way too easy for the longest time. Like literally Simu used to be one of the harder contents in the game, and then they made it super easy. And now it's back to kind of being pretty hard again, like relatively. But also it's just cool to be able to juice it with different things. Like before it was literally just turn your brain off and just like, all right, here's another wave of monsters. Now you can actually get like a lot of bosses, and it kind of gives you that same like ritual vibe where you're talking about how we used to get the multi bosses in a ritual, and that was a lot of fun. And they got rid of that, and now we kind of get that with Simu.
I missed that ritual, man.
Same, dude. It was the most fun I've ever had in an ARPG, and I will be begging for them to re-add it as a choice on the Atlas tree forever.
Yeah, that was my
so fun doing seven. Like I think one ritual, because I was doing I think it was from your video where I learned about the summoning circles having a chance to juice rituals. And at that point, rituals still, like, I think the omens were still bugged, but it was still just a super fun strat to do. And I think at one point I hit like 13 or 14 bosses in one like end game ritual. And that was the most fun I've ever had in an ARPG. It was so much fun.
You can kind of get that in Simulacrum now. You're getting a lot of them, and it's mostly fun until Geonor spawns.
The entire map is just filled with cold AoEs.
No, Geonor spawns and he does the swipe thing immediately. You can't dodge it. I have 6,000.
He's also like 10 times tankier than the rest of them always.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, they nerfed him, by the way, in like a recent patch.
I was doing them last night, so
okay. Yeah, he was nerfed recently. Like I think it was actually 0.5.3. They nerfed him in all versions, like campaign, endgame, everywhere. They actually nerfed him.
Okay, crazy. Because I was doing like 50 simulacrum runs today, and I've around 7,000 energy shield, and the only times I died today, like 3 times, it was always just Geonor spawning on my face and doing the swipe, and I'm insta dead. That was the only times that I died.
Yeah, that's the skill they nerfed specifically was the swipe. So it's insta kill you. Maybe it's not nerfed enough.
It's tough. Is there any logic to getting voices with what you pick?
Nope.
Or is it just pick as many as you can?
No. Set loot table.
Yeah.
Set loot table, like all the other stuff. It's just like
I do believe Waystone chance on the tablet on the map itself. The Waystone does affect how many Raven shards you get or whatever, but that's about it.
Interesting.
Oh yeah, true.
Does
the Raven shard?
So
true.
Yeah, on the Waystone.
Yeah. So not even like multiple, because sometimes you can pick multiple options.
No, that doesn't.
Whatever.
That doesn't have any.
That doesn't pick influences. Oh.
No.
Yeah, does that influence any of the loot at all?
Yeah, it influences like the vines in the ground, but that's which is good. Like if you are juicing properly, you can get like 3 or 4 divines of sim.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm tracking all the sims that I've been doing, and I'm doing 80. I did 80 sims now, and I have 101 divines in 80 sims, just raw divines.
Are these all self-farm sims, or are you buying any simulacrums from trade?
I farmed 95 sims myself, and now I'm starting to buy them. I farmed 95 myself though. Yesterday, and like in 2 days, 2 streams, I farmed 95. Yeah, kind of.
Well, we're doing our contest, I guess. That's why we've been running it.
Yeah,
that's so funny.
I mean, the best contests are the ones that the one person doesn't even know about, right?
Oh yeah. I don't think
No?
you
Okay.
answered me. So your favorite farm?
Oh, it's Abyss. I mean,
Yeah.
oh, surprise,
Yeah, I was gonna
surprise!
say-
I love Abyss, guys. I spent an entire league going deep diving into Abyss, and guess what? It's my favorite farm. So it's gonna be Abyss. And
Yo, can they fix those snakes?
oh my
those
god,
snakes, dude.
please!
I will
Oh,
never
that was the
enjoy
worst
Abyss
change.
while those snakes of it exist. I will never.
That was the
enjoy
worst
Abyss.
change. They should have never. Oh my god, I hate that. I hate it so much. They need to fix it. But Abyss and Ritual are my favorite. But kind of talk about farms and the kind of casual farms. A big farm that has spawned is tablet farming. I don't know what you guys think about that. The triple irradiated with
I do
Waystone
it
chance.
most of my traveling.
I tried it. I'm not like a big fan of it because it's just like price checking tablets and rolling them. It's not fun.
It is a
No.
lot.
Yeah.
I also
It is a
said
lot.
when people told me about that, this is just my personal perspective, but I always, for some reason, and I know this is true for a lot of farms, and I'm probably like just objectively wrong about this, but it's just how I feel. I don't like the farms where I become a merchant for something, if that makes sense. If I'm like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
I don't know. It's always such a good tip to sell shovels in a gold rush, but I don't know. I don't like the thing where I'm like I'm providing people with tablets, and I don't know. It just makes more sense to me that I get an Omen of Light and I get the device through that. I don't know
Thing
why.
like.
I
Oh, sorry.
no, I'm done.
I was gonna
I
say
can't put my
one
finger
thing I
on.
like with my farms, the farms I like the most, is where there's potential for like big jackpot drops. And
Yeah.
the issue with tablets, I mean, sure you can roll your tablet like a fully divine tablet, but there's no like, oh, mage blood's dropping, oh, like the voice jewels dropping, right? It's like I like those that very small chance you get that big jackpot drop, and it's just like exciting, right?
Yep.
Like with Abyss,
Can
I do
you-
like Hydra's Abyss, I do a lot of rarity, and I've dropped like 3 mage bloods from Abyss so far.
I was about to
Really?
say
Wow.
what I was about to say. How many mage bloods? Can you remind the viewers?
I have
real
9
quick?
mage bloods in total this league.
God,
I think
never
4
mind,
from rituals.
guys.
I was happy with
on
my
the,
one, so I'm not gonna
I-
complain.
I was on the train of Fubgun's not that bad, but now I don't know. This guy's ruining the economy again. Screw it. I'm back on that train.
He's doing it again.
That's
He's doing this
crazy.
on purpose too. Some people just want to watch the world burn. It's the Joker. It's a Joker of PvP.
I'm really
There we
glad
go.
they
The
added Mage
bad.
Blood because having
Same.
more exciting drops is. We
Oh
need
my
more.
God.
There isn't enough yet, but yeah, more exciting drops in the game is better.
Yes.
They create like really high
for sure.
moments.
To your point, the random jackpots are like the reason why Ritual and Sanctum are my favorite farms. You're constantly getting omens from Ritual, which is consistent good currency, which is really good currency right now, as everyone else is doing other stuff. Omens are still going up in price, but then you have the random, big hits from Mage Blood and Headhunter, and then same with Sanctum. Sanctum, you're getting the consistent currency, but then you have Last Flame, and then you have the Desperate Alliance against the Darknesses that can all, have those jackpots. Those are definitely my favorite type of farms with those, you have the good consistent currency, but there's always those like, you're really doing it for the jackpot,
That's why I really enjoyed Simulacrum right now, because you have this jackpot obviously, and you have 2 of them, the good Megalo and Voices. And the biggest jackpots that I've gotten so far in 80 runs were exceptional items. I dropped an exceptional Vital Robe that was like 60 divines, and an exceptional I think Sleek Jacket, that was like 30. And then there's exceptional Ancestral Tiaras, that's 160 divines. So there's some jackpots in Simulacrum too right now.
Must be icy.
I was going to say, as someone who actually doesn't like Virtual and PoE1 at all, I actually really enjoy PvT Virtual because it is this jackpot strat now.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And
the
there's a
whole boss thing is
consistency
really
to
fun.
it too. Like the omens are really consistent.
Yeah.
It's great. I love Ritual so much right now. It's really consistent good. Yeah, I've never been a fan of Ritual until this patch specifically, because it got added. Before, even in previous patches, I've never been a Ritual fan. It's specifically now. This is my first patch I've ever... Like, I've done more Ritual this patch than my entire existence of PoE 1 and PoE 2 combined, for sure. It is so much fun right now.
The
I
button
love Mage Blood.
placements,
It's such a good ad.
The button placements, though. Why do they have to swap them?
The button placements?
Of
I guess because I
they
haven't
swapped the
done much
buttons,
Ritual
so
before
we
this, I do not know the button swap.
Oh, I
so-
wish there was keybinds for that. I wish there was keybinds for the fur and stuff. So I'm always like, top left click, top right click, bottom click. Keybinds would be nice.
I see.
Mhm.
I think console has keybinds for it, so we just don't have it on PC.
deferring is so much nicer on console because it's just, I think, or not on console but on controller. Because it's just one button press. You just press the defer button, and on PC it's just you have to defer. You have to click on the item, like to click on the item, up to defer, down to defer, up to defer. It's let's get it.
Yeah. That's cool. Before we wrap up, I want to talk about, have any of you messed with the new, have you looked at the new Expedition Atlas tree, and have any of you farmed Expedition? Fub, have you looked at the new Expedition stuff at all?
I looked at it, but I haven't done it myself. I plan to do it tomorrow. See what's up with it.
Do you have any thoughts on the Atlas tree? Just at a first glance?
It looks good. It looks good. I like that. I like it at first glance. It does look quite potent in terms of like how much you can juice it, both outside the map and inside the expeditions itself. So at least at first glance, it does look nice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Do you think it'll? How important do you think expedition tablets are going to be? Like, I assume you don't want to spoil any strategies too soon, but right now the thing that, like, we have the Atlas passives now, but it's still missing tablets. Do you think this is going to make expedition, at least a farm that can compete without, if you're wanting to do purely expedition?
I feel like expedition was already a decent strat. It wasn't that bad. It's just kind of like was born because it took so long to actually do it, which they actually kind of fix it with the Atlas tree, because now it starts to chain when 50% of monsters are remaining, which is kind of nice. So I think with these changes, yeah, it's definitely going to compete with like current strats for sure.
Rabbit, thoughts on the new expedition changes?
People today, I had like a bunch of FOMO today because I was doing Simulacrum, and Simulacrum, if you don't get like the big ticket items, it's not really something where you get, I don't know, even 10 divines an hour or something. It's just you break even depending on the contempt or ferocity or emotions that you get, and raw divines. You most of the time I would say you break even, but that's kind of it. So I had a lot of FOMO today because people in my chat were just going like, "Oh, holy shit! With the new Liquid Verisium, I just rerolled into Aldur Saga 3 times." And it was yeah. So I don't know. I think it's amazing that they try to improve it, Expedition more and more, and I really respect them for still trying to improve it. It's just I just don't enjoy the Expedition playstyle that much, so that's why I've kind of stayed off of it for now. But I'm definitely still gonna go into it. If we still have four months to go, and I didn't feel like any rush at this moment to just go in there just because it's like good currency apparently. So yeah. I just right now I'm just doing other stuff, so I will definitely check it out though at some point.
Yeah.
Miso?
Exped sucks.
Yeah, agreed.
Okay.
Agreed.
Yeah, I guess
I was
it is worse for me right now. I'm playing a Culling Strike build, and I'm like leaning heavily in the Culling Strike. I've got literally as much threshold as I can get. To where like my entire clear for common and magic enemies is Culling Strike, and I have to do a very specific single target combo for single target for rares or whatnot. For whatever reason, they made Expedition when they give enemies ward that they're immune to Culling Strike. So Expedition is like essentially brick versus my build. Like I just can't run it because for whatever reason, and at some point, if you're doing high remnants or high rune counts, the mobs will all spawn with ward. So all of my clear that I depend on is essentially 0.
Oops.
So it is like at this point, it feels a little shitty, but with my current build, I just can't test the new Expedition changes. If people say just read the runes, no, I want to do the good shit. I'm only doing the 10 rune ones, and at some point those are gonna, ruin me.
I think they called that the Counteract patch.
Well, it's okay. At some point, Expedition won't be in every map, and because and I can ignore it because fuck Expedition. But for now, it's in every map.
It's not fun for me. I don't enjoy it. It is what it is. It ain't my league. It ain't my mechanic, but that's fine. It doesn't have to be everybody's.
Agreed. All right, well, let's dive into build of the week. Let's get through these. We'll start with my build. Let me know when you got it up,
Yep.
Miso.
It is up.
All right, I am showcasing a build from Aloha. He made a rage maxing dragon build. I think I've showcased Rend builds in the past. Rend is the attack, or is it Rend? Yes, Ren is the
Ren.
attack skill from the dragon. It is, I think people talk about from melee builds, bear and wolf a lot more than dragon, but Ren is my favorite of the attack builds from all three shapeshifts. And this is a rage stacking one. In one of these clips, he's doing a full group 6-man Uber Arbiter kill with this build. He's min-max rage to the maximum. I think he's got 92 rage, which for those that don't know, rage is more damage. And then with Berserk, I think his Berserk is at maximum level with a Prism of Belief, so he's getting 30% increase effect of his rage. So he's getting an insane amount of rage just by using rage maxing with Oracle. That's his giga increase as damage. This build is honestly fairly budget, but he's obviously we know a lot of rage builds are using Crown of Eye as the scale, yeah, it's really cool damage. You know, it's a Ren build, but this is one of my favorite Ren builds I've seen, just because the damage is insane. And yeah, shout out to Aloha.
Yeah, this is cool. Brings us back to 0.4 with a lot of the Ren stuff. So
Yeah.
All right.
This is just the most DPS I've seen from one, so I thought it was really cool.
Yeah.
He dominated Group Arbiter.
Yeah, it's a lot of damage. It's a lot of damage. All right. Well, I guess we'll do my build.
Yes, sir.
And the build I'm doing is we're covering our boy CCS again. This man has been shitting out builds like crazy. But I don't know if you guys have seen this build, but it is definitely shades of patch 0. What is it? Patch 0.4? No, it's not Mjolnir. It is a low life lightning warp Infernalist. Where guess what? It's playing Caw Comet because Infernalist has the ability to completely ignore mana cost because of what is it called? Whatever flame. Pyromantic Plaque. Yeah, Pyromantic Plaque. So it's lightning warp, Caw Comet, exciting stuff. I don't know. It's I just thought it was very flashy. I just thought it was very cool. He does a lot of cool stuff with it. With I guess I haven't highlighted a single Pyropact build yet, so I thought it was a kind of about time. You know, you might be like, oh, it's a little bit more of the same old stuff, which it kind of is. But I think it's a lot cooler with kind of like the new tech that he's implementing, but also having the
even
warp.
This build having to sit there for those stupid ass abyss worms. Even this build just sits there waiting for those guys to lose that immunity. I hate it so much, man.
It is. And I think for this guy, CCS's build, he actually uses Lightning Warp as his main skill. So he doesn't have any other skill outside of Lightning Warp that he presses for while he's mapping. So that's kind of cool.
4,500 ward. I have not done a ward build yet. Have you guys messed with ward? Have you messed with like really ward stacking, Fub?
Ward stacking? No, I use ward in my build though, but not ward stacking.
I have not done. I don't think I've gotten over 500, 600 ward yet.
First time I've actually considered it now was seeing the Travik build. That was the one that first time I was like, oh damn, that's really cool. Where he's one life, just void, and he was doing the no honor lost on Sekima. That looked cool.
He has like 4K ward.
Yeah, I mean, I think the whole like Oros flask is also like ridiculously powerful with like ward stacking as well. So it seems like it's a very viable form of defense, which is cool.
Cool. Yeah, I had to sift through, like, there was like 40 cool builds. I almost showcased this build that was doing the frog skill, but it was cast on crit comment or cast on elemental ailment comment. So I pushed away 10 builds because I'm just so tired of cast on comment. Because just so many, like, at this point, like, it's cool. I love all the engines used to enable them. There's so many ways you can turn something silly into a single target build by using cast on crit comment, which is cool, but It's been 5 leagues. It's been 5 leagues. Like,
It's the best way to play casters.
1-0 Germany already, by the way, just so you know. You're all very football interested, right?
I love soccer.
What? Kick this guy off right now.
I mean, let's be honest. It's hosted in America. We call it soccer in America, so we should all call it soccer.
true. Respect our culture, Rabbit.
I honestly like this guy until now.
I think Fub's great. I've been using your loot filter, and after I stopped using Farmer's loot filter, my league has been just infinitely better. Just infinitely.
You know,
I was waiting.
Farmer was hiding voices on his filter for like a day.
Yes.
Really? Oh, jeez.
Dude, and I have no idea how that happened because standard in filter that cannot happen because the new stuff and especially like the good new stuff, everything has like it automatically is. You cannot miss it. I don't even know how we did that. It is insane. We should talk Farmer's loot filter now on every single episode for the last 4 weeks, and once again.
Right,
Normally I use
learning.
Prada's filter, but Prada didn't make one, and then Prada, for whatever reason, just happened to be linking to Farmers, and it was the colors and everything were not for someone like me.
Amazing.
But now I use your filter, so I
using the
heavily
Uber
appreciate your filter. I'm using your filter.
Yeah, which one? I have like 3.
Oh, the Uber Strict, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's one that's like currently like the most up to date.
Yeah. I don't know how it works. I don't know if they auto update, but I always go and look for updates just to make sure.
Auto updating. If you in game, if you just like refresh, that's it. That's all you gotta do.
Oh, okay.
Oh, you're
I
doing the
constantly-
follow thing, right?
Yeah, I
thing?
constantly keep my filter updated. So
Yeah, I do the follow thing,
Yeah.
but I still go and check. I didn't know, so just hit the refresh. Go, yeah. I use your filter right now. It's good. Makes me currency.
yeah. People
The
were
filter-
sad.
Appreciate you coming.
It's
Go
that
ahead,
powerful?
People were sad when I hit 1 exalts, but picking up 1 exalt is not worth it. Don't do it. Take it off your filter.
Yeah.
Exalts are
Pennies.
My cutoff point was always, I think, 300. I usually did it with 350, and we just hit that. So, yeah, it's not looking good for exalts because
That's
at
a
that
lot,
point,
yeah.
like for example,
That's a lot
Gemcutter
of
Prism
clicks.
is like 2.5 exalt. Arcanist Etcher is like 2.5 exalt, and most people don't have those in the filter anymore. So why do you have exalts in the filter? Right?
yeah.
So
Agreed. Well, thanks for coming on, Fub. It was an awesome conversation. Are you? I know you said you're not playing the mini league. I assume you're going to be playing the main PoE 1 league that's coming up.
Oh yeah, that I am playing for sure.
Oh yeah.
Plus, that'll be like 2 months into this PoE league. So by then, I'm like usually definitely done with the league.
Yeah.
I probably will.
Cool. How are you
for
in-
like the 0.55 whatever? But they're gonna do a mini reset or whatever they're gonna do. The one with the event.
Yeah. That sounds cool. In general, how are you enjoying, before we wrap up, the PoE 1, PoE 2 cycle? Like, now that we're hitting it full rotation, are you feeling good about it?
Yeah, I'm liking it. I think it's going pretty well for them. I don't really agree with these mini PoE 1 events that they're releasing at such weird times. Like, I don't understand this PoE 1 events coming out when the league coming out and PoE 2 just came out, and it's like the second time they did it. That I don't understand. But yeah, besides that, I like the PoE 1, PoE 2 cycle.
Yeah, Arrow was questioning whether, like, he was like, it's too early for me. I don't want to go to I want to go to a PoE 1 league, but PoE 1 or PoE 2 is still full steam. Yeah, that timing did feel very forced for sure.
I think it's for all the people out there who are like, PoE 1 only guys. That's my guess.
Yeah,
it's
probably.
a dying breed, I heard.
Stop.
I love PoE 1. I want to ban PoE 1, but it obviously, is very apparent to everyone that GEG is putting like 80% effort into PoE 2 and 20% effort into PoE 1. Like this PoE 2 league has gotten like 5 patches now, and all of them extremely relevant, extremely big, right? It's like, it is what it is. Maybe that'll change. They did say like post 1.0 launch, they can put more resources back on PoE 1, and then PoE 1 can also get the proper attention it does deserve as well. But that is how it is right now, where PoE 2 is getting like the vast majority of attention.
It makes sense. But also, Mirage knocked it out of the park, man.
Yeah,
Mirage was amazing.
Mark was sick.
This is the most I've ever played a PoE 1 league. I absolutely loved Mirage.
Yeah.
It was very, very fun. Yeah. Well, yeah,
Special guest.
cool. Kitty. Yeah. So if there happens to be any viewers who don't know where they can find your stuff, go ahead and plug yourself up.
Yeah, it's Fubgun everywhere. Fubgun on Twitter, Fubgun on YouTube, Fubgun on Twitch. Same name everywhere.
Hell
Oh,
yeah.
quick question, by the way. What's the origin of that name?
I made it when
Why
I
is
was
it
like 12 years old.
Yeah, same. So it's just actually random.
yeah.
It's just actually completely random. Fubgun.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah.
oh, this sounds
All right.
cool.
Yeah, it
Oh, you thought it
does.
sounded cool. I thought it was like you were a kid being silly. But you thought that sounded cool.
Yeah, that was like Fubgun. Yeah, I don't know.
Hell yeah.
I'm bad with names, so I just kept it the whole time.
Okay. So
Oh, yeah.
no.
Could be worse. You could be named after a type of soup.
Whoa!
True.
What the hell? Why am I getting these shots fired at me? This is out of nowhere, out of left field.
And not the guy that is named after. Yeah. Okay.
Mine's from a book,
All right.
so it's
Who's
like as
next?
lazy as it
Who's
gets.
next with the shout out before I make it?
Thanks for
awkward?
coming out, Fub. It was great to have.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All
right.
Yeah. Enjoy your future with PoE 2. Go ahead, Miso.
Yep. Miso X0 on everything. Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch, all that. Stream every single night. Come hang out. I'm gonna be making a cool new build soon. For now, we're still playing the Blue Balls Gemling.
The
Say
build's
Blue
sick, by the
Ball?
way.
The Blue Balls Gemling. Yep. It's Bitter Dead.
Man.
Bitter Dead. A ton of blue balls on the screen, all over the place. It's great.
It's
Yeah.
hard to watch. It's very bright.
It's hard to watch. I mean, okay, yeah.
Always a lot of it's when there's a lot of them on screen. It is intense.
If you don't have a good computer, you definitely can't play it. It's definitely not gonna work.
Miso's just playing that build because he can mention he has a 5090 all the time when he plays that build. Like people in the chat, I tried your build and my PC is now, I'm typing this message from my phone. My PC is broken now. And you're like, wait, you don't have a 5090? Okay, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
I
rough.
should have mentioned that maybe. I
have a
should have mentioned that
5090?
in the build.
I did. I got on
Yeah,
it.
see?
I got an SRP.
He's a
I don't
slut.
even have 4090.
Yeah, GPU
See,
mogged right there.
That's how much I care
GPU
about my
mogged.
stream. That's how much I care about my stream. You see, I'm willing to put in the money
He
to
so
give
cares.
my stream the highest quality stream possible.
Yeah, you see, I'm just so busy with my stream that I don't have the time to look for a better GPU.
See?
Oh,
There you go.
oh.
There you go.
Makes sense.
All right, it's my turn, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Rabbit wants to get
Hello.
out of here to watch this game.
Maybe it's 1-1 now. Hello, I'm Dead Rabbit. I have a 9070 XT, so I'm not cool like these guys with their Nvidia GPUs. But you can also, even though I'm a broke boy like that, you can also follow me on Twitch and YouTube if you want to.
Oh yeah.
Is that good? Is that good? Okay,
Sure.
That's good.
perfect.
Well, just a reminder, we are looking for an editor. There will be a form down below, and Miso will reach out, as well as the Hideout contest. You have a few weeks to submit your Hideout. If you have any questions, the three of us stream. We'll answer any of your questions. Don't overthink it. Make a cool Hideout. We're going to be showcasing them all on the podcast at some point, so please submit for that. If you want to support me, my game released a big patch recently, and we are on sale for the Steam Summer Sale. It's 50% off. It's only $4.99 right now. It's called Card Collection Simulator. You want to support me? That's literally the best way to do it, because it's just me and another guy that made the game. Go straight into our pockets. So check it out on Steam. That's it. See you guys next week. Don't know who the guest is yet. Bye.
Peace.
So.
Ask Dead Rabbit about the campaign skip.